Good evening, guys. It's watch party time. It's a plushy time. What is happening, guys? What's happening? Loved your batting. Thank you so much. Performance तो है. Why you typed bye Zefe in Rossi chat? Because I wanted to say bye to you. Courtesy. Good evening. Please call Anuj bhai. Yes, Anuj is coming. He's a little late. जॉर्ड को ग्रूमिंग करने लेके गया है. मुंबई का ट्रैफिक आप लोगों को पता है. तो जो टाइम लगेगा वो आ जाएगा. हम बिंग्स के साथ वॉच पार्टी नहीं करेंगे. टी-बोन आ रहा है कि नहीं हमको पता नहीं. फाटो आ रहा है कि नहीं हमको पता नहीं. और कोई आ रहा है हमको पता नहीं. इधर कौन ज्वाइन होने वाला है वो चीज़ पता नहीं. राका का क्या सीन है मेरे को पता नहीं. गोल्डी भाई का क्या सीन है मेरे को पता नहीं. ठीक है, हम यहाँ पे वॉच पार्टी करेंगे, मैच एंजॉय करेंगे, दैट्स इट. ठीक है, कोई आरआर करना चाहता है प्लीज़ पढ़ाई करो, निकल जाओ. ये सब चीज़ें जो भी है एक बार कोई टाइप कर दो, पिन करेंगे कमेंट में. सब लोगों को आंसर यही है. एटलीस्ट 200 आंसर्स हैव बीन आंसर्ड इन वन स्टेटमेंट. मांबा भाई को लो. मांबा आएगा. मांबा वेलकम. मांबा है तो वाइब है. मांबा तो आएगा. मांबा को आना ही है. नो अदर ऑप्शन. आई एम नॉट वेयरिंग हेडफोन्स. इफ समबडी स्पीक्स प्लीज डू लेट मी नो. वंस द मैच बिगिंस वी विल start the audio. तब के लिए I think this is fine. टीपोन नया आएगा होम टाउन. हाँ क्या? ओके. How was your day? Little tired रे. Body is sore. वर्कआउट स्टार्ट किया आफ्टर लॉन्ग टाइम. सो आई हैव माई ट्रैप इज पेनिंग. ये जो ट्रैप है ना वो पेन हो रहा है. या सो ट्रैप इज पेनिंग दिस वन. एंड व्हाट एल्स? ट्रैप इज पेनिंग. glutes, quads and hamstrings are paining. Forearm and biceps are paining. Chest is fine. Triceps are little sore. तो या अन्ना लॉन्चिंग मेंबरशिप. कौन सा मेंबरशिप? बूम्बा मसाज टाइम नहीं है रे बाबा. जाने का टाइम ही नहीं है हमारे पास. क्या लगता है कैसे? Every day full body workout. No, I do push pull legs or push legs pull legs. वैसा in that order I do. क्या लगता है गाइस कौन जीतने वाला है? जी या PRX? सॉरी जेनजी. गलती से जी बोल दिया, बट सच हो जाता तो कितना अच्छा रहता ना। अन्ना दुख देते हो क्या रे बाबा, एक ही होप है हमारा, उसको सपोर्ट करना ही पड़ेगा ना। PRX will win। हल्का सा लेफ्ट साइड से मेरे को फील आ रहा है जेंजी कुछ करने वाले आज अलग सा, completely different, and PRX will be caught off guard because of it, but PRX lower bracket run से final तक आने वाला है। Haters will say this is scripted.
These teams they have faced in Pacific, but then that was Genji proving themselves for their first time. People could write
Having a feeling Genji will do unexpected 100%। 100% आ रहा है feel मेरे को तो 200% there is some script happening। लग रहा है body language से लग रहा है।
From Pacific coming into this event as a team who could compete for that title.
UFO ekkadde shawarma తిన్నాడో చెప్పు, నాకు తెలియదు వాడే స్విగ్గీ ఆర్డర్ చేసుకొని తిన్నాడు, నాకేం తెలుసు।
What do you think is going to happen with this team? They always surprise.
Sentinels winning the whole thing. I want Sentinels to win. Personally, I want Sentinels to win. Sentinels winning this event is very good for Valorant scene across the world actually. Do you remember me from today's Rossi stream? Yes, I do remember.
What other team will play a comp for the first time after scrimming it once and then show up?
Unless PaperX will do something outside the box. I'm thinking it's 3 maps 100%.
Not to the same level though, man. They show up, they make a miracle happen, and then you'll talk to them after and like, yeah, we just weren't feeling it.
थोड़ा आवाज इंक्रीज करो, अच्छा ही चलेगा, because we will start game sound.
Forsaken is one away. If he just whips out a seventh, a different agent player.
We need IPL cameraman. Yes. Cuties को दिखाना है ना.
Half the amount of maps too, because Angel did it in 21.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that is the key. Like you guys said, Forsaken, he has been creating a lot of the stuff here, and at least individually, Mike, he's been doing well. He's on form.
Yeah, definitely. I think just to double on from that, the real test for Genji would be as well if PaperX do completely, especially the fact that we're starting where we are to start on split.
Parents told G Pro is expensive. Can you suggest best mouse under 5K?
Just perform bread and butter Valorant, which they've shown time and time again. They've looked very, very clean so far here in Madrid in terms of curveballs coming their way. They can do that versus a team like PaperX that are willing to just kind of push all in on a comp first time, bringing it out on an international stage. Massive bounce.
The thing is, normally when we say that on a desk or on a cast about, oh, you have to do it against PaperX, that's the exception. Genji is used to that. They've played this team twice before. They know about the chaos and they've adapted to it very well. We're in Agent Select and it's standard for once in a PaperX
Standard?
game. It's double duelist style. It's the old standard from last year.
Yeah.
The teams have moved away from this, but it is still a good comp that I think works very well to these teams' play styles.
Yeah, and I guess as well, abandoning the madness that was the Yoru comp as well, coming out from the split, which was the iteration that Genji played against last time in the regional finals.
I'm looking in this matchup at the head-to-head between the rookies.
Anna, give me one mouse. Zefe, what happened to your mouse?
Out from Karon. Both those guys have come out in their debut international tournament and looked incredible.
Make T-Bone Raga sign a contract, no stream when I'm online, then views it. Nahi chahiye re.
Yeah, well, let's get this Pacific.
You guys who are watching me are the best.
Over to your casters, who's been very familiar with the
T-Bone का stream में जो भी देख रहे हो मम्मी जोक्स है, राका का stream में जो GTRP का आ रहा है, हमारे कुछ नहीं है, we have intellectual people, we have kids here who want to learn stuff, we just want to have fun here, and you guys like me glorifying other people. Best crowd. ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं करने रे बाबा. फाटू उन लोगों का तो अलग ही है, वो तो वर्टिकल है पूरा, हमको आता ही नहीं वो चीज़. तो हम जो भी है हम खुश है, हमको कोई और की ज़रूरत नहीं है. We are happy guys, we are happy with what we have. No regrets, zero regrets है मेरे. जिम कैसे चल रहा है? Week 1, one more day left. Tomorrow I might do cardio because पूरा body गीजे हो चुका है. Except for chest, I have nothing else working. So tomorrow maybe we can do some push. Some bench pressing here, triceps and all. Anuj bhai not coming, kha raha hai? Anuj is coming. Anuj is coming. मेरा best duo मिल गया मेरे को Anuj.
Definitely feels like fan sentiment. Even from what we've seen, Sentinels have just looked unchallenged throughout this tournament. Other teams have had shakier starts, but
Do you think Valorant is growing after COVID? It looks like consistent. Valorant has a proper roadmap. They know exactly what they are doing, why they are doing. So there are no surprises for them.
Split, Lotus, and Ascent, the first three maps of the BO5 that they played regionally, that Gen G won dominantly. Now the reality is, coming into Split, Tom, it's not exactly the same because PaperX before they were running Forsaken on a Yoru, himself and something were diving in.
Only one match or two matches. I am only doing this match. उसके बाद जाके सीधा सोना है. कल सुबह उठ के वर्कआउट करना है.
So for PaperX,
Late night watching streams and all is not good for health.
On how to handle Split. Question is, will Gen G be able to deal with it this time, now that there's nothing spooky going on?
It also seemed like, at least for PaperX, once their comp was figured out, they were like, okay, let's change this one. We lost EDG. We
Love the bond you and Anuj bhai share.
The things we've got going on.
भयानक
The thing
bond
is,
है
though,
हमारा.
the same can be said for their opponent. because
Muscle
we saw,
recovery, हाँ,
Gen
muscle
G
recovery
come
भी
in,
करना
switch
है.
into
This week,
Vct
first week ना, after long
looked
time, so.
incredible. Like the double duelist especially, the only change they made was Omen in for Astra, just to allow them to be a bit more explosive. But I just
Thank you for mouse suggestion. By the way, I am a $9 Cosmic Byte player. Reached plat. Feel the velocity. Feel the velocity. Tejas. Enjoy the extra
So it is
mouse.
one of those matchups, as boring as
Game
it is,
चालू
but
हो
we
गया
are
क्या?
just going to go the duelists are the pinnacle. These are the players we have to watch. The amount of times that PaperX would have just got absolutely banged if it wasn't Forsaken just having life.
Vertical आप बात करना so irritating for a TV viewer like us. I am never doing vertical, guys. मेरे को subscriber नहीं बढ़ना है, guys. I don't mind. I have no target कि मेरे को next month तक 185 होना है and all that. So why should I run behind things that people do to gain subscribers?
Looking at the veto, right? Split last time went to PaperX. Lotus was super close. I mean, if we go based on what we saw in the
मैं तो
past,
पूरा launch
maybe
mode
the
relax हो
focus
गया.
was there for them to take that 2-0, but I'm expecting a 3-mapper between these two teams.
Let's go PRX!
Pacific number 1 and Pacific number 2, and it's time to throw down as the barriers go up on Split.
Yeah, and it's looking like we're going to get a brawl to start things off. Both teams with the majority of their players set up outside this A site. They both run pistols in this direction before. Good nade coming out of Forsaken already, and something. Mind Freak peeking off the back of it. They're going to be stuck in the corner early on. This is a great start for PaperX.
Now Munchkin's in danger as well. He tried to jump away. The Boombot was chasing him. Munyet caught him. And for Gen G, 2 versus 5, barely any damage. Still got the spike. But they have to hope for some serious mistakes at this point. The PaperX go running forward, or even rotate, assuming that it's a B hit. But you can see there's no real need for
map selection really matters because 50% of the time opponent team wins it. Your thoughts, does map selection help? Map selection helps, but opponent also knows to an extent what map you are going to choose,
on this map in
what side you are
particular,
strong on, and also
sort of rougher
that is a little easier to counter.
Attack sides out of Gen G. Obviously, that is helped a little bit by having that Omen instead of the Astra. But other than that, it's an absolutely flawless start to
flawless
this one. Now, as I said, expectations for PaperX is this is the map that they'll win. If it's going to happen in this series, I think the next two I would favor to Gen G, even more so because of the fact that we saw recently on Lotus the changes to the comp for PaperX, and I'll be honest, I didn't like it. It didn't look good. So this
Your
is the
prediction
map that I feel like
2-1, I'm
have to
still
win.
thinking
The problem
Gen G.
is,
I
throughout
don't
this
know why.
tournament, I've said that, and then they've won the other map. Because that's just how they are. They just manage to adapt. They have the individual players that sometimes they can just frag through a map. And that is rare. Like, it's very difficult to have people that
pistol
are on
rounds
that
are
level.
important,
At least
yes, to an extent, but
has
not the
been
first pistol
an
round.
insane percentage of teams trading out their own map picks, losing your pick and winning your opponent's. Gen G, they've not got off to a great start, and as the push comes in, okay, actually they're getting close. The pressure's kind of being applied to Munyet now, blinded up, he's taken down. Okay, it's not a bad start at all for Gen G, gaining some ground, now winning some more fights, and with heals up, okay. It looks like they've tidied it up eventually, but that got very scary for a moment.
I would love to see Forsaken's POV in that, because what it looked like he did was jump down from the heavens with an outlaw in hand and try and face their entire team. Now that would be ridiculous to even attempt, but
crazy.
But do you know who he is?
Yes, I
He's a
do.
little crazy.
Well, he just lost his gun. It's now been given to something, and he's bought a judge to replace it. So that, again, if you're
No
talking
go.
about if you're talking about Forsaken, he's basically answered the question himself.
Well, it looks like we're going to be using that dash very early on for something. He's getting aggressive. Wall goes up. He's ahead of it. Looking to take someone down. He got the shot off. 10 HP left on Meteor, but that's the one problem. If you're the one taking contact with that Outlaw,
Increase quality of life
you're not going to kill
And they
the
have
player.
Sky.
You need to get out.
That's the thing. They can just heal him back up, so that it's actually not that problematic for what we're told. You can already see heading over in that direction. 𝘼𝐽𝐿 is going to get aggressive as well. Bear in mind, this purchase is fairly PaperX. Normally you'd see a rifle or two in the mix, but this is just SMGs. It can work, more so on Split than probably any other map. This crossfire is fairly nasty, but that's the thing I've really enjoyed about Gen G. They've been methodical. They've been careful throughout this tournament. They are not one of those teams that
You'll watch
just
Sentinels
aggressively
match
running
today,
in and blitzing their way through rounds. They can. They have the skill to do it, but they're
You get a
always,
chance to sign a
especially
player
these
from
rounds,
PRX or Gen G.
very
Which one will you choose?
It looks like caution's
I
paid
will
off for them.
choose,
Whatever noise they made on A has sold it to PaperX.
Either 𝘼𝘍𝐿𝐿, Mindfreak, any player from
There that
PRX.
could be retreat. I doubt it even.
Jing
will.
and
It's
4
by
second,
far
nothing
off.
like
The
it.
player that will pick it is in heaven, because that spike plant should be coming down. In
आपका hair नहीं जाता क्या
PaperX,
headphone से?
Hear no noise.
जाता है,
See
क्यों नहीं
nobody
जाता है?
here. There's a flash still on Divide that could be used to clear outside of it, but this late on in the game, you're
IM's
just gonna
लिया ना,
sit there,
इसलिए मैंने-
hope they dive into you. And as we can see, they've gone to the exact other side of the map. So for PaperX, you know, it's hard to get back into a site with these weapons as well, especially a site like this where pretty much every fight on the way in is long range.
See, normally you talk about, okay, maybe going down to the spike or just trying to hold for exits, but I am waiting for Forsaken to attempt
Extra
to trap
versus
whilst I
Rapo,
something.
extra ले लो.
Already.
Extra ले लो.
Mindfreak taking a lot of control. Now, Texture in a fairly solo position. There's a chance. There's the
Jing
blast
national
packs already.
duty for 2 years, right? Yes.
Exactly what Forsaken does. He got a rifle, but it's very short-lived. Well held by Gen G, even with a little bit of
कौन सा वाला
chaos.
in-ears moon drop
Yeah, I
less
mean,
than 3.
they spread themselves out there. Lots of space. So even when that judge gets up close, he's only getting the one, and it's an immediate drop. The rest of the players easy to deal with when you've got that kind of weaponry advantage and you're not caught out of position. 2-1. It's a fairly bog standard start to the game. Pistol win for PaperX, follow up, and then they lose. I mean, the one thing that we'll say is that maybe that third round could have seen a bit more damage
Reason for
on that
extra?
side. But again,
Don't
they
know.
did gamble on a site,
But
it
that's
didn't
it.
work out. This is what happens. The opportunity, though, to deal that damage here as we get the operator out on something right away. And the shot is not landed. 𝘼𝐿𝐿 good for one and dropped the B site under threat. But Gen G back off. The whole time they've been leaving Meteor outside of A to catch a rotation. He hasn't found one, but one can assume that rotation's going on through the spawn right now if you're Gen G. They don't know that Mindfreak's still very much close.
Yeah, they also flash mid on the defensive side, so they have the information that there was no one there, so they're able to gamble an early rotation in towards this A site. Forsaken still with the judge, is just going to make sure he keeps control in mid, but it's slightly more stacked up than you might expect. The only problem is he might get caught. He's switching between utility. Finally, will pull the gun out, but the aggression of his teammate gets absolutely nothing. And well, there is the floor of the judge. Not going to find anything more, and for something,
Vivek,
I
hi,
hope to God he's
welcome.
going to save.
It's not the round you want to see him throw his life away for, is it? A 1v3 with the op? Possible, winnable, but not to be. If you had a few more kills along the way, a few more orbs picked up, something like that, maybe risk it with the Blade Storm, but even then, the op is just so expensive. Doesn't want to throw it out. And for Gen G, I think they're sort of realizing that they heard the op earlier on, right? They know that it's in play right now. So they're gone spread out. Already sending 𝘼𝐿𝐿 to try and find this player, and based on the time, it looks like he might be safe. They'd have to start hightailing it in that direction now. So an op for the next round, but just look at the credits on PaperX. It's not like they're going to be able to fully recover into a standard buy. I think the pendulum's kind of swinging in Gen G's favor now at 2-2. Economy's under their control, and ults will come online soon.
Yeah, and as I said, when we saw them play against CDG, they had a really stellar, aggressive, and confident defensive side. So I think for them, any sort of grinding out of these early rounds is going to be really important. Sure, you're still going to have an operator onto something, which alone can be enough to cause issues in the round. But
What do you see, guys? Do you
they've
see
been
any
methodical.
difference
Their
in
utility's been
gameplay?
good.
Gen G versus
They
PRX
instantly
में?
had a snake bite that went through to
PRX
deny him that
मेरे को
early
लग रहा है थोड़ा
aggression.
slow हो
It's
गया
expected at
gameplay.
this point. By
I
the
don't
looks
see
of
so
things,
much of aggression
may
what they
even just be
usually
going
show.
for an early A take. They
What is
are
that you guys are
all
seeing?
set up outside.
both of them are giving
I liked
equal
what I saw
respect, no?
last round.
ऐसा आड़म-तेड़म gameplay नहीं
Fist
है.
bump into a high five. See how many high fives there are for Gen G after this one. They've got a lot of space, but that flash was perfect. Deadly from 𝘼𝐼. And he's managed to slip away towards the elbow. Another fight. And he's actually got a teammate in there. I don't know if they've seen Forsaken, but they certainly have now at heavy cost. Smokes are down, but so too are the majority of 𝘼𝐼𝑥 players. It's only something left, but he has that op. The 1v2 he didn't go for. The 1v3, it's tempted him. It's pulled him in for the fight. He hasn't found them to start off, though, and that dash already halfway up. Wants to close the distance. So many tough angles, tight angles to clear with this op in hand. And no idea there's a player up top. He's checking the right angle. What a shot! But 𝘼𝐼𝐿 was close by, ready for that play. A third round found for Gen G. They're running away with this early game.
Yeah, still a close round for what was invested. That was a decent stack up in the early stages for 𝘼𝐼𝑥, just basically having the majority. And somehow managing to dodge some
state पे
shots
वैसा
that I
खेलना
don't really know
एक
how
दम
they
है.
did, but
Shot मारना दूसरा वाला दम है.
surviving, keeping that economy a little bit more honest for Gen G. And well, you see the danger of how fast this man is with the operator. The problem, though, is he's not going to be able to have it for this round. They didn't
Gen
have
G
the extra
change
finances
𝘼𝐼𝑥
of
change from
the
double
quick
gaming to
trading
U-turn
again,
gaming.
The fundamentals of Gen G.
देखते हैं दोनों टीम का भाई है ना.
1 kill, 1 death as well, so he's still 2 away from a Blade Storm. So we're down to just that rifle. But as we said, ultis were coming online. We saw the Seekers used by 𝘼𝐼𝐿, finding a lot of information. This time around, 𝘼𝐼𝑥 have theirs, but also a showstopper online. That's a big weapon to have in the back pocket of Forsaken, and could play a role later on in the round. For Gen G, you can see their spread. This is a full default play. At this point, they're expecting 𝘼𝐼𝑥 to make some adaptations and to throw out some of that signature early round
Changes
aggression.
of new Valorant
Still hasn't
roster
happened, though.
in the
They're
new
happy to bunker
competitive setup,
down
very
and wait for
difficult
that
to
push
play
to
at
come
this
through.
stage.
Like I said,
That's
the other
reason it's
problem here,
VCT Masters.
Gen G have a lot of credits built up. If 𝘼𝐼𝑥 lose this round, it's going to be a skyrocket.
Oh, maybe when. That's not the start they were looking for. 2 players down immediately. Forsaken's been a hero before, but down to just 5 HP. That's not really going to work too well for them. And the Seekers went towards mid, but also in towards the A site. The realizations there are
Because horror movies, no, 𝘼𝐼𝑥 needs Anna to win. कल रात को जो जीते रहे हमने,
I don't think they're going to expect him. It's such an obscure position to be in, but then it's almost revealed. 𝘼𝐼, though, has done well. Bringing back 2 kills, the spike just about making it to the site, and it is going to bait in. Nice work from the side of 𝘼𝐼𝑥.
क्यों?
Teaming up with 𝘼𝐻𝑗. It leaves this man who did get healed up early in the round. As I said, he's been ever so devastating. Showstopper might just be able to clear, shoots it into the Viper's pit, but actually, 𝘼𝐼𝑥's just teamed up with his teammate. He's just left it. Doesn't even mind about the pit. I don't know if Forsaken realized it, but it doesn't even matter. Loses the fight to his counter raise, and the march continues on
Why
for
ulti वहाँ पे?
Gen G are having a field day right now. Like I mentioned, the economy was in their favor. The ults that were there for 𝘼𝐼𝑥 burned up in that round to try and gain some semblance of an advantage. And 𝘼𝐼 did incredibly well. In his position,
From 2-10 to
he stayed
13-12,
down in
14-12,
screens, waited for the swing out with the player 𝘼𝐼𝑥 up top, almost sacrificing himself because he's so out in the open. They swung to try and trade him, and 𝘼𝐼 had that beautiful off angle to just rip them to shreds. We're seeing elements of that team play there from 𝘼𝐼𝑥. We're seeing individuals win some of their fights, but
there's a small beep in the sound stream, especially high volume. लगा है मैंने special effect.
Economy that's really the problem for me. You've got players 7K, 5K, 5 and
Misclick
above
कर
is
दिया
average
क्या?
for the Gen G
हो
side right
सकता
now.
है.
𝘼𝐼𝑥, they're going to be on stingers, weaker weapons, no ultis to
Map
fall
pick
back
किसका
on.
है? 𝘼𝐼𝑥 का है.
They looking great off rip. Already, Gen G have found the same number of rounds they did last time they played 𝘼𝐼𝑥 here.
Yeah, I said it's looked like a different beast. I think they're a team that have done really well with the coaching staff. Someone as legendary as Solo, I don't think you're ever going to have the same mistakes twice. This guy has been around the block multiple times. And
3 में पक्का है.
even just giving him a moment to talk here is going to be beneficial for them. Mindfreak off to a bit of a slow start as well, but also it is just reliant on those individuals a lot of the time. I think we saw some of the statistics posted earlier. Is like you compare the 5v4 conversion, Gen G, I think it's like 70-something%.
Mindfreak भाई झूलो Mindfreak भाई झूलो नीचे झूलो.
Because they have those individuals that can turn rounds on their head. It's not the greatest stat you want to have ever, because you'd rather just be winning the rounds outright.
जिसने लेगा इसलिए लिया होगा. I don't think so.
They've been okay, but it's not been enough.
लिया तो भी वो जगह लेना गलत है ना. साइड के अंदर लेना है. रैंप पे क्यों लेना है?
Versus 𝘼𝐼𝑥, but 𝘼𝐼𝑥 also do very well in those
Rush by is coming on the way.
players like Forsaken previously bailed them from so many situations. situations. Now, weaker weapons, like we said, and close range surprise factor is probably the best way to find value. 𝘼𝐼𝐼𝐼 has at least picked up one, but Karen is making this one look easy. 3 kills already under his belt, 40 HP, and he's tucking in the corner. It looks like he's going to get this one easily with 𝘼𝐼𝐼𝐼 dropped. That's his 4th kill of the round. The confidence builder if ever I've seen one. And that's the last thing that 𝘼𝐼𝐼𝐼 wanted to give to their opponent. Again, not talking about them losing the round. That's expected. It's the amount of players still alive on Gen G. They're farming credits by the minute, but something has picked up one more. 3 to go. One hell of a play if he made it. And it ain't going to happen. Look at that firing squad down below.
Yeah, I think against any other team, maybe he'd have a chance, but Gen G have been so good just playing off of each other, trading
Cosmic Pattern fan class still in channel banner. नया वाला बनाने के लिए entry नहीं है मेरे पास. कैसे remove करूँ?
Especially in these anti-eco rounds, they're not allowing their opponents to really figure out anything that's going on. You had the instant TP to the back of site, information clearing things out. The rest of the team quickly execute, and Karen actually sticks around. He just keeps the spot, keeps the control. Doesn't allow anybody to get too far ahead, and he even takes himself 4 kills while he's at it, so why not?
This is definitely where on the side of 𝘼𝐼𝐼 you start to feel that
mental
pressure applied. Defense has been tested.
We thought of Gen G winning, but not like this, no?
Again and again, 5 in a row for Gen G, and now ultis are there. Showstopper fired off, and 𝘼𝐼𝐼 had no chance. No smokes for the way back through. No paranoia to play with. Still some flashes on Devi, but 𝘼𝐼𝐼 set up with a man disadvantage on a retake, seconds into the round.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy to get back in here. As said,
what the hell are we getting ads on
these
my
4v5s, but Gen G are even better in the 5v4s. Opener again. Karen takes down another Forsaken, trying his best, but he's almost dead. It is, and well, 𝘼𝐼𝐼𝐼 and Meteor combined might be one of the fastest rounds we've ever had in the VCT. That was so quick from Gen G. And you can just see the more the confidence build, the faster these takes are getting. Gen G getting opener after opener. They've used a couple of ults, but they're also able to stagger them. Like you're talking about showstopping this round, last round they used from the shadows to get the same sort of information.
Buys coming, guys.
Yay, oh wow, huge.
Hey, got them the spaces around prior.
Yeah.
And then Kara got 4 kills. That's why it's back online.
Well, this has to be a crushing one for 𝘼𝐼𝐼 off rip. Because again, they're left to weaker weapons in theory, but they've actually managed to mix a buy with light
How to enter tournaments in Valorant?
On something because he doesn't need a weapon.
There are no tournaments
happening.
5
knives
right
locked
now.
and loaded.
How will you enter?
Do with those, but the reality is,
it happens,
the
then
momentum is
we will
very
know.
much
VLR.GG.
in Gen's favor. The economy is riding high after several reinvestments.
T1 किधर है पता नहीं
Credits on
पापा.
that right-hand side. It's looking pretty for a number of rounds to go, maybe for the rest of this half. Still possible for a 6-6 scoreline, but it has to start here with a much better defense. Now, we talked about some aggression from this 𝘼𝐼𝐼 side, seeing it early on in rounds. With a minute left on the clock, they're going for it. Good paranoia, but the fights don't go their way. Gen G winning out every single one. There's no competition, Tom. Barely a lick of damage done, and what is negated by the heal. This is a disaster. Something might be able to save them. He's made big plays before with the Blade Storm. There's one, and not 2. Damage, but no kills.
Oh! 𝘼𝐼𝐼𝐼 has a chance. Somehow this has come back into a winnable scenario. Just need to hit the bullet. Oh, that's so unfortunate. A nice try for the new man on the block. I didn't think there was any way that that round was going to become competitive. But somehow 𝘼𝐼𝐼 made it close. The thing is, though, again, you just have to give props to Gen G.
Auntie, guys,
At
auntie.
the beginning of this round, they were so ready. They had their whole team just waiting in mid, ready for that push to come through. And sure, the utility from 𝘼𝐼𝐼 was good onto a couple of the players, but the deeper players were so ready for that push to come in. It ends up being quite an easy fight.
Yo, not even close, guys, not even close.
Yeah, like I said,
It's toxic, guys.
Losing that clean. I thought something would be the hero, but 𝘼𝐼𝐼, they complimented his calling and his play.
Mind trick by अभी झूल रहा है क्या अभी भी?
And I can see why if he's fragging out like that. But again, close but no cigar. 7-2. Gen G finding next to no struggles. Close opportunity for 𝘼𝐼𝐼. Could have looked very different, but instead they're on an eco. They've already lost something. Stingers to play with. Sheriff on Forsaken. And Texture's got
Akka health is already
he sees an eco and he's diving
almost
down into
90% recovery.
the thing is they've got so much control towards mid that they have to just be wrapping out from another position. But look how passive the players are. They know that there's going to be weaker weaponry, so they're just not giving them any of the close range fights. Karen up from above, there's not really an easy way to kill him. Maybe there is. Somehow Munye got past all the defenses. Even still though, his post plant looks strong.
Next trip.
Nade still available. They've been taking these sites so quickly that they've had no problems just having late utility. Wow, the time almost looks like it's gone. Trying to bait some space, but it's all too easy for Gen G. Another 3-man player surviving. 8-2 on the board. And this is PaperX's map. They have lost 8 rounds in a row. Other than the pistol in second round, they've achieved nothing.
Which is surprising.
It's hard to think about. Even the round that was close, Tom, it comes on the back of the player needing a 4K to get it across the line. It's not what you want to see.
Mind trick by झूल रहा है क्या?
Early on in a
Mind
series,
trick by झूलो.
previously Gen G got absolutely obliterated on within their region. Now they come to the international stage and
they might do one better.
Yeah. 13-4.
VLT videos of fans make tension wala leka strangers sir. All strangers
here
are.
at least to shut down the first and the second. Mayet does well. Rockets on point. And with 𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐒 down, it looks like PaperX are set to finally put another round on the board. Long have they waited. It's Karen to try to challenge, and he got an opportunity, but it was shut down eventually by something with only one standing. It's an easy win. 8-3. PaperX finally back on the board, but hell of a distance yet to go.
Yeah, and again, it comes off some individual brilliance out of Forsaken. Definitely had support. I think he doesn't get that kill if it's not for Munye being able to kill off the close player, but it's at least a breath of
Only 9-3 के आप same them देखते
strong
हैं.
attack in half.
I think 8-4 होने वाला है.
Even a sort of 8-4 scoreline wouldn't be a complete death sentence.
T1 by cricket में next level झूल है क्या कर सकते रहे बाबा.
Looking at 2 operators on the attack, though, obviously it's something that can be dropped, but they are waiting for aggression here, and it's coming. It's coming.
They ain't waiting in the right spot, though. Those ops are elsewhere. And that mid control is going to be completely conceded. The golden gun on 𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐒. Good to see him showing up. Really swinging. I think he's currently 12-6, 2 KD on the board, and a chance to push it even further at 8.
Alex को दिखाओ बोलता.
PaperX tried a mid push, got denied. Now it seems like they're caught. 1 foot in the grave. They don't know whether to continue on that aggression or reset for the later play, and Gen G have not made a decision. With 1 minute 5 seconds on the clock, they don't need to rush. They're holding tight, waiting for PaperX to make the mistake.
They're so nervous of someone being within the smokes that are placed. Most of the time, those smokes are being put down by Munye just to deter aggression, which is exactly what it's done. Texture, though, might have a fight. Because they're so passive, the operator could be so valuable here. There's no one on the backside once again, but the spike is looking to wrap around in the other direction. A peek out from something. Oh, I think Meteor's seen him, but it won't matter too much for now. He's going to activate the dash. Something goes peeking, but now I'm just looking at that timer. TP into the backside once more. It's been cleared out, so the spike will be able to go down. This almost has to be a complete retake.
Oh,
nice shot
by 𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐒 as well. There's his 13.
Spike drop.
An opportunity indeed with that spike down. 15 seconds left. It's time for Gen G to get a move on. Munchkin has to step out from that corner, and he's been caught. They need to dive on that spike and get it planted, but
8-4 बोला 8-4 बोला 8-4 हो गया ओपा ओपा.
It's not a death sentence like you said, Tom, but certainly nothing to celebrate. This has been a strong performance from Gen G. 𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐒 leading the charge, and plenty more left in the tank for this second half. You have to hope that PaperX have got something special planned on their attack, because this was a really, really rough scenario.
Why 𝘼𝐿𝐒 is not streaming? No idea, bro.
It is definitely a troublesome position to be here, but the fact is, there's definitely still opportunities. Even still, though, you said 𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐒 is performing. Let's hear from him now.
안녕하세요. 젠지 e스포츠 소속으로 활동하고 있는 럭키아 김종민이라고 합니다. 무엇보다 플레이오프에 진출하게 돼서 행복한 것 같습니다. 일단 첫 스타트가 되게 힘들었었고.
क्या लगता है कि सेकंड हाफ में क्या होने वाला है? क्या होने वाला है सेकंड हाफ में?
플레이오프에 진출이 원래는 첫 목적이었는데 너무
Solo watch party अनुज आने वाला है. I don't know when he's gonna come, but he's gonna come.
안 찍힌 선수가 젠지에 들어오게 되면서 저희 게임 스타일이나 그런 수준이 되게 올라갔다고 생각을 하고
PRX gelsin ana.
네, 개개인의
주담.
실력과 이제 못 찍히는 선수가 저에게 콜을 되게 많이 해주는 게 피드백을 많이 해주는 게
T-Bone coming today? I don't think T-Bone is there.
엄청 우리는 준비되어 있고요.
Chat's telling me T-Bone went to hometown.
더 잘하는 모습과 더 좋은 모습을 보여드리기
Bro, India की टीम होगी कभी VCT में?
플레이오프까지 진출하게
होनी तो चाहिए.
또 경기들이 며칠 뒤에 올 텐데
Is Jingpei staying with PureX for 2 years even without playing? He's still practicing. He's still top of the leaderboard. So yes, why not? Why not pay a player whom you know is going to perform better once he's back?
Well, it was third time lucky for Gen G last time facing off against Paper X. Now
Warzone
fourth time
mobile try karoge?
fantastic,
No.
At least kicking off in that first half, 8-4 when we left you. And now it's time for Gen G to close this map out. At least that's their mindset going in. Paper X, their attack side is about to be put to the test. And the big thing to write home about last time was something diving into sites. The thing is, he had a Yoru causing a lot of chaos for him. Now it's a little bit more conventional, but that's never the name of the game with Paper X. In he goes! Something's looking for a fight. Paranoia is perfect. Snake Bite's even better. And with 1 HP, Lucky doesn't stand a chance. The rest of the squad comes in to save him, but they've ended up falling to a 3 versus 1. With Meteor left standing and his back. Whoa!
Hi, mind freak, bye.
And it almost was a costly one too.
Yeah, the money needed to hit that headshot.
Do you
at the end.
own a
It
granite
looks like there was
manufacturing
a
facility?
round
Yes,
where
I do.
Meteor managed to turn that back. Even still, though, it is the pistol round for PaperX, and that is the thing. Even with this compositional change, the thing that it adds is, firstly, you're going to have that paranoia available for Munya to sort of set them up in, as we saw at the beginning of that round. But also, it just almost, we're going to continuously see the switch up of who's going in first. So you're going to have Forsaken, something
Mind freak bhai, chulo.
he has that operator in hand, and something in that round taking space for Forsaken. They are a deadly duo, whether the Yoru's there or not.
There's a reason that they went to this comp after all. Nice shot by Meteor. Opportunity for more, and he's landed that shot as well. Forsaken's very low, a big help to any teammates that end up taking that fight. We may talk about the Outlaw, but this man's making it work with the Marshall, the cheaper weapon. And okay, an opportunity if they had have spotted the player in the corner. Munyet, though, able to deliver the killing blow. Mind Freak fell to a snake bite after being... Oh! What is that push from Meteor? You will rarely see a man with the goal or the gumption
मोनिया
to do
तो
such a
violent
thing.
खेल रहे थे.
Karen, 1 versus
So
2.
far away.
A serious opportunity. Yes, he's far away, but that might mean by the time he gets here, he could pick up a weapon.
It depends, though. Because PaperX, that's the thing. The blitz plays of PaperX have been so fast.
Can I know
There's
where is
actually
the
still loads
manufacturing
of time.
facility?
They don't need to
Tupran.
over-aggress. They've just thrown out the guiding light, the flash, to get them a little bit of extra information. Still no weaponry found. Now, Karen does have himself a paranoia.
Gold
He's
Bike
got
का
a
icon
pistol
rating
down to
तोड़ेगा
utility.
Mind Freak.
If he could
Mind Freak
somehow
को थोड़ा
isolate
reset
one
करना
of these
पड़ेगा.
jewels. For now, at least, it seems like he's
Distance
waiting
too
for that
much.
site to be taken. Smoke will give that away.
30
The spike
seconds
being
left.
planted. And now he can look to try and see if there's any gun to be had. And, well, there you have it.
Thank you, Yeti. Yeah, we've got a Bulldog to play with, 100 HP. A Paranoia still online, both smokes. Timing is key, and they swung him together. That's a 3-2-1, perfectly on cue. They won the round, Tom. 3 players down. This definitely isn't how they would have wanted to start it. When I add to that,
This
that it's a
round is
Marshall
very, very
headshot,
the
okay, what can
important,
you do? And another Marshall headshot from a guy pushing a smoke close range, using it like a shotgun. That's not going to feel great. And the other player died to a snake bite. So few kind of random engagements that
Hello?
ended up, well, rocking the boat a little
Hello?
bit for Paper X. We'll see how they respond.
When the thing is as well, the player you really don't want those
हल्का सा Genji
3
मार
away from
रहा है.
Bladestorm, even just a bit of damage
कोई
in
नहीं
this
अन्ना
round,
अपने
and
जैसा
he'll have
कमबैक
something
करेंगे
for
जैसा
the
अपन ने
next.
हाँ, everybody are telling yesterday also.
PaperX
2
has
10 से
players
14
now
12 जीते, ये भी
fairly
यही
low
होगा.
on cash. You've got
खत्म,
Forsaken and Mind Freak
बस.
down at
It's
150
as such,
credits.
guys.
So the next round,
Mindset
they
है
might
पूरा.
be in a little bit of trouble. Forsaken, though, he's just gone walkabouts. He's sprinting after
बढ़िया game था
Lakia, but he isn't going to be
हाँ,
able to
बारह
land the
kill
shot.
हमने.
And at least for now, it's only going to be the control that's lost for Gen G.
No heavy price tag associated with it. Down in vent, this is an uncouth hold. 2 players and they're dropping in, landing on each other's head. It couldn't be easier for 𝘼𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐒, signed, sealed, and delivered to this man. With a heal up for his teammate, 𝘼𝐼𝐻𝐾's going to be back up in fighting form. And in a 5v3, that's another nail in the coffin for 𝘼𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐒, tagged up a little.
Mind freak by Julo.
Adjustment from 𝘼𝐻𝐾. Clinical. As now there's only 2 attackers standing. Their chances are looking pretty slim.
Mind freak 1 kill में है अभी भी.
𝘼𝐼𝐻𝐻 through the screen as well, so he's going to be half HP entering the site. They don't even know the 𝘼𝐻𝐾's there. A perfect reposition. This might be a flawless return to form as 𝘼𝐼𝐻𝐻's the only man left standing. A 1v5 scenario. Talk about can he do.
I remember Lakia when he was in Vision Strikers.
As I said, they invested some extra credits into this round, so the next round's not exactly going to be pretty. Normally talk about saving, but I think actually holding on to a gun here would have more value, and he's just been seen of knowing exactly where he is now. I imagine there's going to be pressure placed onto this man. Blast packs could be thrown in, but it's just going to be the entirety of the squad looking to just jump down upon him within those last few seconds.
तीन आ रहे रे, एक को मारने के लिए वो भी बुल्ला गया उसके हाथ में. 50 HP वाले को 3 लोग आ रहे हैं. Bye, oh bye, oh bye.
Because it feels like since the very beginning of some of these halves, Gen G haven't had a problem when it comes to economy. And I think for this 6-9 scoreline, 𝘼𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐒 attack side, they get a decent buy out of it. And, you know, it might even seem weird if you look at the timeline. You lose the 3rd round after winning first 2.
Handbrake by 111 Julo.
2 players
Julo आप झूलते रहो.
both those rounds, it meant constant reinvestment.
Alex ने एक interview में बोला था ना, उसने Viper ज़्यादा खेला ही नहीं है.
light shields on most
उसको sacrifice करना पड़ा because Munias को last moment पे own पे डाला. उससे raise नहीं हो रहा था. सब तेरे बड़ा smoke नीचे गिर गया ना नहीं.
Smoke नीचे गिर गया रे.
Cover up above. They've had to re-smoke it. Again, an explosive start to the round, almost a kill. Well, I say almost, they've ended up with 3.
Bye.
That's exactly what 𝘼𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐒 does. These fast-paced
smoke के अंदर से क्यों आना है रे? Something को नीचे जा सकता है ना वो. Team के साथ.
They had some pieces missing with that Sheriff and Stinger. Now though, you look towards the players of Gen G. And this
Just मैं बोला उसको Viper नहीं आते, with time पे smoke गलत.
Flash is already going to reveal Texture's position. And they've spotted Karan as well, although I say that. The peek out never really came in. The player behind the back of the site. Probably seen it now. It gets a little bit more interesting. Space given to Texture.
Mara.
Freak. He's been quiet so far, but popping a couple of heads with the Sheriff isn't going to go amiss.
वो CT hold कर रहा है, उसका Heaven कोई नहीं hold कर रहा है, मोनिया का.
Going into the last half, and then Gen G ran away with it. But here, a challenge early on, and more importantly, a challenge with so many weaknesses on the board. I mean, this was a round where you have a couple of rifles, and what ends up winning it is a Stinger diving onto site, 2 kills out of a Sheriff to close the round out. Doesn't get much better than that. It was even a classic jumping around the corner to find one of those opening duels in 𝘼𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐒.
It's also now, you've talked about, it's 8 rounds in a row that were lost. An 8-2 scoreline. The difference is now just 2. That's how close 𝘼𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐒 have managed to bring this. Going onto their favored side, the B site under serious pressure. Half the team still waiting patiently. Karan's reposition. It's Sublime. He's managed to TP behind them. He gets away with it.
Blind में 2 को मारा उसने.
Brilliant from Karan. We talk about picking this player out of ranked. He's put the rank play into the pro play.
And it works. You know, sometimes you just got to throw out those curveballs. You're focused on so many different things. You don't think the Lunatic's going to be up top, but my goodness, what a reposition from him. And clearly one that wasn't expected on the other side. And again, we fall back into economy discussion around this.
Can I get Dasos cabinets in Gulbarga, Karnataka, Prashant? No, they were not serving any region other than Hyderabad.
And well, they only really needed one of those rifles.
क्या लगता है ना GG comeback होगा अभी भी.
Called by 𝘼𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐒. They can now feel that it's getting very late into this game. We're at a stage where if Gen G picks up one more, they'll be knocking on victory's door.
ये pause के बाद कुछ round में हुआ तो हुआ नहीं तो
Had a
GG.
great game, but I think that double kill from 𝘼𝐻𝐾.
Last time pause के बाद तो कुछ नहीं हुआ, देखते हैं अभी क्या होगा.
Mind freak.
Alex cam needed, guys.
Yeah.
𝘼𝐻𝐾's been doing well.
Yeah, 𝘼𝐻𝐾's going for his triple kills. That'd be impressive. But yeah, no, Mind Freak's definitely had a quiet performance. I also think something though, like we talked about the duelist in this matchup.
Can I get delivered and fix on my own?
A little bit underwhelming. It's been other players stepping up in this matchup,
If
and I
you
think
want
that's
to
really what
pick
we're
it up,
seeing at the moment is
manufacturing करके we can give if you want to handle the installation, transportation and all.
Fundamentals out of Gen G, and it's mostly been those explosive plays from PaperX, like going off the back of a paranoia, everybody diving in together, and you see if it's even a slight bit disjointed like that round, Karon just pulls out a crazy play and is able to win the round for them. 10-7, as you said, everything on the brink here. Seekers available. On the other side, a Bladestorm as well for Meteor, but I don't know if he'll use that in this round unless he sees the value. An immediate setup for the paranoia, but this is a ruse. The spike is over on towards B.
Costly ruse, perhaps. Forsaken. The decay is going to fade, but he's still half HP, and Munchkin finds it too easy to deal with him. One well-placed shot, he's down and out. Now we need to see the return for Gen G as another is found. Something falls. 2 rifles still in play. Seekers still in play. And a few flashes here.
दोनों duelist के अंदर है, बाकी पूरा कोई दिखाई नहीं अभी तक player.
Not a lot for them to fight their way back through with utility, but it's this man's position that might get them something. He's found another with the weaker weapons. This man's an animal. Oh, he's being put down. And for PaperX, they look to take it elsewhere, but those steps are heard. Meteor's in position, unbeknownst to them. You might have her trail, but, well, it's a little more difficult to deal with her cleanly. Mind Freak, the last man standing, 1v3.
Thank you. How can I contact through website? You can contact through website. But yeah, you should tell them clearly that you would be just interested in manufacturing, not the installation or delivery.
That's the thing. He's literally just playing with him because he knows that flank is coming. I really love it. It was brought up by 𝘼𝐿𝐼 in the halftime interview that he believes that
GG, go next.
someone like Munchkin has brought a lot of depth to his own playstyle. And you can just see the intelligence even in this round. He literally just pulled Mind Freak towards him. He had no plans to fight him at any stage. Wants to just play the higher percentage play. And that's why Gen G have been able to convert a lot of these advantages. And for PaperX, a lot of the time I don't mind these gambles, but I feel like Forsaken has been one of the sort of glimmers of hope. So you were almost going, he has to
Alex गाली दिया guys.
Otherwise, it's just now a push without him going into the site. And it didn't work with him.
You know, the thing is for PaperX right now, at an eye
Which
test,
in-ears you said before? Moondrop, lesson 3.
4-round gap, it's not that bad. There's a chance for them to fight back, albeit here with weaker weapons, but they've looked good there. The problem is, they've won 4 of those 7 rounds off the pistol and follow-up. Like, the injection of rounds early half makes this look like a much closer game than it is, but Gen G have been dominating in rifle rounds. Now they've got 4 ultimates to fall back on, up against weaknesses, but no 𝘼𝐿𝐼. A big opening kill for the side of PaperX, as Heaven could now be theirs. Gen G
Alex अम्मा बहन पे आ गया क्या?
make a mistake, and with Munchkin inside the smoke isolated, that might just be the mistake they were looking for.
Oh, this could be big! He actually switches away, and it's just going to be the shutdown.
Oh my!
For Meteor. He starts off the round and ends it as well. 12-7. This map looking over. As you said, in terms of buy rounds, we've barely seen anything. 3 of them, in fact. Well, guess what, Mitch? They need 5 in a row.
5 in a row, up against 4 ultimates. Only the Bladestorm that's gone. Like, keep in mind, Gen G have a full buy with Seekers, with a Viper's Pit, with a Showstopper from the shadows. And so that's a lot for this defensive side to close out this game. If you remove those ultimates, it looks like they'll close out the game because they're winning almost all of the buy rounds thus far. The closer rounds for PaperX have been individuals, and they need to show up individually and together. 5 in a row needed, and the challenge already underway.
Okay. Yeah, he put down early utility to try and slow this push a little bit, but the fact is, he underestimated the pacing.
Expect करेंगे ना वो exactly वही तो बोल रहा था.
Utility usage in this round. It leaves now Karon. He's had some magical plays. They know exactly where he is. Well,
क्या ये jump करके जाते हैं क्या हो रहा है भाई गेम में?
There is a flank, and no one really watching it. Although it seems like Texture was doubting the player behind. Also a 1v1 taken, but it won't matter in the end. A 1 versus 5. Some serious mistakes needed, and 𝘼𝐿𝐼's going to put him down immediately.
Okay, there it is. The start of the way back for this squad.
Aim draw करने के लिए वो भाग के जा रहा था वहाँ पे.
The vast majority of the ultimates as well there, Tom. Gen G are left now with just a Viper's Pit. We listed all of them last round. They got used. They found nothing. So not only winning a buy round, but winning a stacked buy round in terms of ult economy. And they've still got some left to play with themselves. The Bladestorm can help out. The Pit can win rounds. And with 4 need.
What do you think PRSN comeback?
Gen G are finally
Difficulty
seeing
8-12 at
some
this
negative,
level.
economic
easy.
state. Oh no, that peek from 𝘼𝐿𝐼𝐿 was not expected. Good flash too, and it's a double. He's got his teammate Meteor with him, and they're absolutely extinguishing the flame of 𝘼𝐼𝐿𝐼's early fight. This squad's going to have to go back and reconsider, surely.
Yeah, I like this. Just a direct counter. These A-side takes have been one of the major problems. Viper's pit, although they might just about win 2 duels. A little bit dangerous, spamming. And because of that, being able to get rid of Meteor is a big pick, because that was looking like map control and a man advantage for Gen G. Instead, much more of a problem. And also bear in mind, 𝘼𝐿𝐼𝐿 is the only one who can't be healed.
I mean, that cam there is very important. Just seeing something clear the spawn, you see how much space they lost, because this Viper's pit isn't just stopping the push, it's stopping all of 𝘼𝐼𝐿𝐼's plans. Their plan was to blitz A, they get slowed, they get stopped, and now they have to go back and re-clear everything. Even if there's not a player flanking, if they're just pushed up in B main, holding that aggro intel, you're going to find it very hard to actually dive in. Now, this TP is to B site. Up top, it's going to be broken last second with something down below, spotted and taken down. Gen G have the advantage. They're going to challenge Munchkin inside the pit. And what a mistake that was. Welcome to his world with 𝘼𝐿𝐼𝐿, the last man standing, and a free kill presented. He's got 3 more to go.
15 seconds.
He's found the 4Ks in the past, Dom, but this is this would be exceptional. Good luck to you, and good night.
Yeah, it just wasn't enough there. And the fact is, the running through.
Yes, we are back. देखना है.
हेलो
हेलो.
किधर चले गए था ना?
रिस्टार्ट किया पीसी. थोड़ा स्टैटिक आ रहा था.
अच्छा अच्छा.
तो ये लग रहा था जो थोड़ा जेंजी का बॉडी लैंग्वेज अच्छा था आज.
बिंग्स के साथ देखने क्या अन्ना?
हाँ देख सकते हैं. जाएंगे बिंग्स का डिस्कॉर्ड है क्या?
हाँ रुको एक बार मैसेज करता हूँ उसको.
हाँ मैसेज करो. बिंग्स का इसमें वाकले स्ट्रिक्स वो लोग भी है.
आई थिंक वो मैच खेल रहे हैं T69 का.
ओह
वो प्रीमियर लीग.
अच्छा ठीक है. मैं इसमें लिखता हूँ. उसमें क्या बिंग्स.
चाल बल नहीं दिखेगा ना। हाँ
डिस्कॉर्ड में नहीं बैठा है ये।
4 साल से है।
हाँ बैठे ही नहीं है।
4 साल से कुछ लोग देख रहे। 4 साल बहुत ज्यादा है। कौन सा
दूसरा
डिस्कॉर्ड
मैच
आना?
कौन सा
मेरा
है?
डिस्कॉर्ड
ऐसे
आना, मेरे डिस्कॉर्ड पे आ जाओ।
विंग्स का डिस्कॉर्ड है अनुज?
मैं डिस्कॉर्ड आना।
मैं बोल रहा हूँ एक बार उसको फोन ही कर देता हूँ मैं डायरेक्ट।
नहीं वो है विंग्स डिस्कॉर्ड में
है क्या बिंग्स के?
हाँ विंग्स है
कर रहा हूँ। कीवर्ड
हाँ दिखा
कीवर्ड रख।
आ जाओ वहाँ पे।
आ रहा हूँ।
सो कीवर्ड क्या है पता है?
नहीं पता कीवर्ड
रिलेटेड रख। अन्ना सिंपल है कीवर्ड।
क्या है?
जेनजी पीआरएक्स
हेलो
जो मैच चल रहा है उसमें से कौन जीतने वाला है अभी?
जेनजी
पीआरएक्स। अरे ना पीआरएक्स
जेनजी। मेरे को भी पार्टिसिपेट करना है। जेनजी
क्या लगता है बिंग्स? पीआरएक्स
पीआरएक्स
ना 2-1 करेगी अभी
पीआरएक्स। अभी हाथ जस्ट गर्म हुई है उनकी।
आई एग्री। शॉट्स नहीं लग रहे थे अभी हो गया। अभी शॉट्स लगेंगे।
अन्ना जेनजी लिखेगा नहीं मिलेगा ना, पीआरएक्स लिखना ही पड़ेगा।
हाँ क्या?
हाँ
ये तो स्कैम है।
वो मैंने सेट किया था।
क्या नहीं मिलेगा?
गिव अवे पोस्टर।
क्या गिव अवे कर रहे हैं?
अन्ना पोस्टर मद्रिद वाला।
कौन सा?
ये वाला
दिखाओ।
ये वाला पोस्टर अन्ना। नीचे सारे वो टीम से जिनको मैंने कोचिंग दी थी। ये देखो।
ये कहाँ से मिला?
डायरेक्ट हेडक्वार्टर से ना।
फोन लगाओ राइट को।
लगा सकते।
वेयर इज माय पोस्टर? फोन लगाओ।
ठीक है डन सीन। तो जो जीतेगा उनको इंस्टा आईडी देना है और बाद में एड्रेस लेंगे और फिर और तुम्हारी कोई गर्लफ्रेंड है तो उनका कुछ लेना देना नहीं है, बस पूछ रहा था। गो कर रहा हूँ।
गर्लफ्रेंड की डिटेल्स तेरे को क्यों चाहिए अभी?
आकाश जीत गया ना अगेंस्ट ऑल ऑड्स।
आकाश इधर आओ जीपे का आईडी दो, पोस्टर लो, पैसे लो।
अन्ना उसने हाथी का डाला फोटो इसलिए जीता है।
क्या डाला? हाथी के बाजू एक और आती है।
नीचे।
आकांक्ष इधर आओ। आकांक्ष प्लीज वेलकम, प्लीज कम हियर। इधर आओ आकांक्ष, हम डील करेंगे, इधर आओ। PRX Lotus and HK. ये हमारा अलोंसो कहाँ गया? आज अलोंसो नहीं है। ए आज अलोंसो कैस्टिंग क्यों नहीं कर रही है? आई मिस हर ड्यूड। बताओ क्यूट भाई।
अन्ना ट्विस्ट आ गया। आकाश को 4 साल हुए नहीं अन्ना, मॉड है करके वो।
हाँ क्या? कैंसिल करो।
कैंसिल किया।
हाँ चलो फिर से चालू करो।
मैं हाथी का लेट्स गो।
फिर से लिखना है क्या?
ये भी मॉड है ना, मॉड्स में
उसको हो गया रहेगा।
मेरे को हो गया।
एक्सक्लेमेशन मार कर।
मिहिर भी मॉड है।
अर्ज देखने दे तेरा।
मेरे को लग नहीं रहा।
मिहिर मॉड है, मेरे को पता है।
4 साल हो गए ना उसको। 4 साल पहले देखा तो नहीं था।
4 साल पहले तो नहीं देखा रे। मीर को पूरा मिला के 1476 वॉच आवर्स है, वेस्ट है।
आना हुआ है
हो गया
आना 1500 वॉच आवर्स बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं।
1500 वॉच आवर्स ही है, तो लोगों का डील भी नहीं आएगा। नहीं कैंसिल
नहीं हुआ बोलो उसने।
नहीं हुआ, वही बोल रहा हूँ ना। 1500 वॉच आवर्स में लोगों का डील भी नहीं मिलेगा। पोस्टर कैसे मिलेगा?
एक और आ रहा है
हाँ,
ये है सूट बूट में स्मार्ट बंदा।
ऋषभ भाई इधर आ जाओ।
डायरेक्ट कोचिंग है ना वो।
डील इधर है, इधर आ जाओ।
Hey guys, I'm here right now with Coach Alex of PRX. So we did see that, you know, although the team struggled on that map, once the side switch and PaperX was on attack, you got some of that momentum back. And we do know that the team is a very momentum-heavy based team. So what do they usually need to hear, like maybe from you, in order to get that push, in order to get that swing into their favor?
नहीं
देख
अरे
momentum comes when you win some rounds,
नहीं
so
कहाँ से देखूं?
गेम में जाके देख लेना।
अबे डिस्प्ले कैप्चर ऑन है, गेम खुलते मेरे लग। और मैं गेम कैसे कॉल स्ट्रिक्स खेल रहा है मेरा आईडी से।
ओके
सॉरी ना।
ये तो बोलने की बात है तो दिखा भी सकते हैं ना, इसमें क्या है
ना। लॉगिन करेगा वो, मैं खेलना चालू करूंगा, समझ रहे हो?
15-13 जीत गए।
जीते।
15-13 किसके अगेंस्ट रे?
FI
वो कौन है?
पता नहीं अन्ना।
फुल सेंस
नहीं कुछ
फुल सेंस का। अरे वो तो अभी बात मत दिलाओ फुल सेंस का प्लीज।
मैं वाकले के इस पे जाके व्यू करियर किया देखने के लिए कि क्या सीन चल रहा है। 15-13 जीते। वाकले ने ना 30 मारे उसमें।
ओपन कर रहा हूँ मैं कैरियर।
मेरा बेटा
मैं ओपन करके सब बोल रहा हूँ, रुको।
कुंडू ओपी, मर्क्यूरी, TS वॉग, रोबो, फ्लेक्सी, ये थे सामने।
बोल मत कुंडू, अपना वाला कुंडू है।
नहीं रे वो कुंडू किधर।
वाकले 30 मारा है, अच्छा खेला है, 6 फर्स्ट ब्लड है। हाँ बिंग्स हगाया, ठीक है, तो रोज की बात है। रोबो कौन सा रोबो है?
क्या पता,
अपने में नहीं है।
मर्क्यूरी, फ्लेक्सी, ये दोनों को नया लोग है दोनों। इन लोग क्या है? 15-13 ठीक है।
बिंग्स ने कितना मारा ना?
बिंग्स ने 19 मारा।
#OP मतलब सोचो वॉच पार्टी करके 19 मार सकता है। अगर मैं एक्चुअल में खेला रहता तो
सोचो।
गुड इवनिंग लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन।
हेलो बचरा।
ये कौन है?
ना आप भी कैसे पूछ सकते हो? मैं कौन हूं?
देखो मैं हेलो बोला ना, मेरे को भाव ही नहीं। वो ये पूछ।
अरे
सही है सही।
हेलो बिग्स, हेलो अनुजवा, हेलो सेंटिनल अन्ना, हेलो ध्वनि दी। मैं सिर्फ ये पूछने आया था बिग्स का क्या रहे हो आप?
मैच चालू हुआ।
भाई साहब इसमें इग्नोर छोड़ दो।
पता नहीं, रुक मैं पूछता हूं। बिंग्स क्या खा रहे?
मैं सुका बेल। अरे भाई बिना पूरी के भाई गुंड में मारा।
भाई ये साइड स्टैक है, ये लोग समझ क्यों नहीं रहे? काट दिया।
3 kills already. This guy's
देखो
मार डाला।
Got respected from Karen. He's like, you know, I'm not gonna be the coward. I'm not gonna go and reload.
ऐसे चल रहे तो हम सेंट्रल्स का मैच भी देख सकते हैं guys.
Well, I'll win it out. And that, well, PaperX, that was again. We talk about the.
अन्ना ये जेनजी 3.0 कहाँ से आ गया?
Exactly, मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ ना, लास्ट में भी वही बोल रहा था। इन लोगों का अलग ही है पूरा। भाई सब लोग खड़े होके डांस कर रहे हैं भाई फर्स्ट राउंड में ही।
ये लोग हेवी ग्रो हो गया ना एक साथ, मतलब
These are moments that you expect them to be able to convert. Not the start they were looking for. And again, we're going to see the same proactive approach from the defense.
Lower bracket run.
Looking to garner extra control. And PaperX, they're going straight into the site.
Oh yeah, look, they're willing to dive. You can tell that as soon as Munya picks up.
Munya को कुत्ता मार रहा है।
He very nearly died to the turret. The good start, but Spike should
प्लांट करने मिलेगा क्या?
ऐसा मिलेगा, impossible है.
Nothing to really force these players out of
Please,
it.
नेट का है.
It's keeping him in position. It's only deducted about 10 HP or so because he was so low. And the problem now is you have to fight back through all these close range angles where PaperX have the numbers to play with on a lot of the fights they're going to take. Decent damage on the headshot.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Shots, texture bow.
Not the end of the world.
Yeah, could have been much worse. Interestingly, yeah, something buys shields into that round. So maybe hoping that they could get a kill and he could steal a gun away, but
जब कोरिया से जी वाले प्रैक्टिस कर रहे थे टेक्सचर एंड मोनियो के साथ, ये लोग मुंबई सर्वर में खेल रहे थे कि सिंगापुर सर्वर में? क्या हो गया ये इधर अचानक से ऐसा मर रहे लोग?
लेकिन ये लोग ने जेंजी 2.0 स्किप किया, डायरेक्ट 3.0 पे
3.0. हाँ वही, कैसे मर रहे भाई? समथिंग भाई झूलो, नीचे झूलो.
Listen, he's a wise man. I've always said that, Tom, and he's just proven my point, isn't he?
अनुज कल मारा, अनुज ये एंगल मारा ना, ये एंगल मारा ना कल.
क्या बोल रहे हो ना?
वही एंगल मारा ना कल, देखो.
Down to 77.
ये मैप 100% PRX जीतेगा.
We can continue on with the spams, heals for most players.
ये कौन सा 1x bet का प्रमोशन है?
नहीं, मैंने करता ना.
तो कैसे पता रे?
They're in a pretty good
But
position.
feel आ रहा है अंदर से.
Spot by Karen shouldn't be left unchecked. There's still a flash on Devi. You expect that to pop as they move forward. No, in fact, it's just a double swing and the same.
दो एंट्री लिया, मोने का हो गया भाई.
कैसे मारना?
looks like it's just going to be fight after fight. Meteor now has to try and
Oh,
pull off some
shot.
more
Oh, shot by
superb.
shot.
I think a little bit too predictable on when he'd make his move. Munchkin on the other side of the map, and the thing is, he could just hold this through to the next round, but I don't expect him to. When there's an opportunity to have an upgrade.
Zavakle, congratulations.
कैसे हो?
Tati bomb.
30 का बॉम्ब ठोक दिया.
कुछ भी बॉम्ब.
हाँ बॉम्ब ही है.
30 तो बॉम्ब ही है ना.
कौन जीता?
तू.
आप लोग obviously. Genji won first map.
Easy.
ओ भाई ये क्या है? ये कौन सा वैरायटी है?
This is getting very costly.
अरे क्यों दे रहे भाई किल्स क्यों दे रहे? जाना एक बॉम्ब को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए इतना लोग.
जीत गया ना, स्ट्रेस में जीत गए. जीत गया ना.
वो भी हागा उसने.
जीत गए. Not even close बोलना चाहिए लोग को.
Absolutely everything. Every single gun just goes for
Rocky
overhunting a player that was
team,
going to have a gun in the next round anyway. Like I understand wanting to earn those extra orbs up, but this is one hell of an overextension. Just constantly fighting.
ऐसी है तो मैच चल रहा है ये लोग का.
Munchkin, wow, you can already see him smack talking. And
मैच के बीच में आके गया ना वाकले.
कौन सा मैच चल रहा है उन लोगों का?
इन लोग का दूसरा है ना मैच चल रहा है प्रीमियर का, उसमें बीच में आके 2 मिनट बात करके गया अपने से.
हाँ क्या? मैंने सुना नहीं.
इन लोगों का बैक टू बैक है क्या मैचेस?
एक ही दिन में 2 खत्म कर रहे, बाद में एक हफ्ते बाद होता ना.
अच्छा.
Very early on. We know this is a map that both teams can pull to tight contention, but with Gen G having done that extra work on it, picked it into this series. I'm worried for PaperX. It's early times just now, but with showstoppers online for both squads, we knew this was coming. Munyet's on the way, head caught on the arch on the way through. It slowed him down enough and actually bought some time for Meteor to escape. And for Munchkin to round the corner, no one's going to go down to that showstopper, but it's playing a lot of space.
Yeah. Oh, they don't realize how close Karen is. He had to move because of the Tiger. Monya's going to try and aggress. This is risky. Multiple players on the other side. Showstopper, he should be dead. He actually almost manages to catch one. Even still, though, for Gen G, this is looking
timing. Timing इसका timing F हो गया.
It's going from bad to worse for PaperX. They need to find a miracle through these spams. At least been able to get one, but they don't know if the player's still on the spike. The second tap will definitely help them.
Bye, GG bro.
क्या ऑडियंस चला रहे हैं भाई ये लोग. हट.
GG. But Gen G, they break back immediately. And well, we mentioned them losing all their players. It's going to hurt now.
Yes, it absolutely is. Now you see the butterfly effect of that. Well-placed showstopper by Textures. We said there were 2 online, only one found its mark. And then the chaos afterwards. Every time you see someone on PaperX turn their crosshair to look towards an angle where they've just lost a teammate, they get shot in the back.
बेचारा Alex, इतना बुरा लगता है कभी-कभी.
On all sides.
बहुत टेंशन लेता है टीम को लेके.
Odin being kept through, 𝐻𝐈𝐍𝐿𝐒 going way up in my estimations, let me tell you, buddy. And the spams, well, they're not having too much success, but they don't need to. In this round, PaperX
लोटस मैप तो CS का न्यूक जैसा है, ऊपर से नीचे, लेफ्ट टू राइट, बाहर से अंदर, कहीं से कहीं तो स्पैम कर सकते हैं.
That's the main reason you've got Karon.
लोटस अच्छा है लेकिन PRX
It's allowed for a gamble rotation, so he's
स्प्लिट भी अच्छा ही था रे.
that Odin elsewhere.
स्प्लिट में वो लोग अंदर बहुत चेंजेस करते हैं, कभी 3 ड्यूलिस्ट, कभी 2 ड्यूलिस्ट.
वो एग्रेसिव नहीं दिखा PRX इस टाइम मेरे को. नॉर्मल वेट कर रहा था इन लोगों को आने के लिए.
वो खुद बोल रहे हैं अन्ना कि टीम मतलब 6 on 10 है अभी टीम का ये.
This is ambitious. Where is he going? Where is he going? He's made it. He's made it just about around that corner, but that was risky. He came through that wall, Tom. I'm not sure that would have went the way he was thinking. Spray good.
फिर भी लिया.
Narrow alleyway to
दो मिला.
Bye.
क्या है रे? पटा पटा पटा.
वापस लोअर ब्रैकेट से खेलेंगे लोग.
They don't have a lot to play with. And they'll get nothing done. A flawless round.
दूसरी बार जेंजी हराएगी ना?
हाँ, दूसरी बार. Last time best of 5 में आ रहा था.
Of last map, but it is still very early days. Plenty of time for PaperX to find.
Do we have a new team challenge?
Pacific champions.
Pacific?
Yeah. Pacific champions है अभी.
Well, we can just highlight when Genji don't have money.
Yep.
We'll just save time.
Yep. It's the play.
जिंक्स भाई को बोलो जेंजी को सपोर्ट करे.
जीत गया जेंजी है ना, जीत गया.
Because this has been rough. And even looking back versus KC, they
टाइम आउट में क्या करने का पता है ना?
रेड बुल पीने का.
ऊपर से एक को बुलाने का और पूछने का कैसे. और स्ट्रिक्स कैसे चल रहा है? कैसे चल रहा है यार? जीत रहे तू.
8-1 चल रहा है यार. पहले गेम
पहले वेन ओटी पे गया, मेरी गोटी ऊपर तक आई थी. क्या लग रहा है पहला गेम किसका फॉल्ट था?
बुलेट भाई का हो सकता है शायद से.
ठीक है. आज स्ट्रिक्ट एक्शंस लेंगे. टेक्निकल टाइम. ठीक है. अभी 8-1 तुम लीड पे हो.
लीड पे हाँ.
ठीक है. टॉप फ्रैग कौन कर रहा है?
ऑब्वियसली मैं.
ठीक है. लव यू. बिंग्स है तो फिर समझ लो नाम में कुछ जनता. चलो हाँ.
That third map out, you know, officials are different.
देखा रोज ऐसे टीम को मैनेज करना है.
Play, especially against a team you've already played on that map. You're testing so many deeper things, and I think for them, bombing out like this in the uppers, it wouldn't speak well for what's to be seen, because loud Sentinels, they're not going to be any easier.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't want to face off against either of those teams right now. Here we go, though. Again, early paranoia. I think this one is not really going to be...
यार ये ऊपर भी स्पैम होता है क्या?
कॉम्बो था. हाँ, उधर सब जगह स्पैम होता है.
पूरा वो ना ऐसा खोखला वॉल है ओडिन के लिए.
Of these pushes coming through, he is going to get pinged up. They know where he is, and Texture's already there.
That's it. They're trying to punish the AUDI.
भाई ये अभी तक reload तक नहीं किया इसने.
Especially when the door gets open, and now he's dead. But that's what it's all about.
Oh!
Spaces and being able to fight afterwards. But with the return from PaperX, they've got a real chance. The headshot angle held by Mindfreak, but Meteor's just dumped underneath it, playing the limbo, and he's winning this game with Mindfreak down. It's 45 HP, and a dream turned to a nightmare. PaperX losing out on another. They had a good pace.
Sentinels versus Lord देखते हैं ना, जल्दी हो गया.
इस बार Sentinels चिकन डिनर मारेगा.
Gen G were trying to stuff their way into. They always
I think Sentinels is the champion.
PaperX had someone to take
Gen G भी हो सकता है.
This time though,
अच्छा
they
खेल
lose
रहा है.
out when it comes to the post plan.
बात तो है वैसे.
They really could have used that.
ये जो भी है कब पैसिफिक को आना है रे.
This is one of those things as well where Meteor's in a 2v2 scenario. The amount of times I feel like I've watched him just get both kills and his teammates still rotating. Like he's just so confident at this stage in his individual ability. And
भाई मेरे को एक बात बता अनुज, as a esports player, जब भी players BT में
S24 अल्ट्रा मिला क्या? मिला बोला?
लिया मैंने. कोच ही BT में.
अब क्या करना?
टाइम आउट नहीं देना चाहिए. वो सब players में energy transfer हो.
But has managed to dodge that singular bullet fired by Texture.
Yeah, I think is that sending them else.
हमारा cute cipher मर गया. लड़कर.
We saw good success.
अभी तो इको है कुछ नहीं कर
the
सकते.
previous map was thrown at a few of those little feelers.
हमारा यूफोरिया पहले.
The idea now is you can't play up against that op. This ain't the round 4. Your blade storm's already gone, and everyone else has pistols.
थूक में आ रहे हैं वो वाइपर का थूक है क्या है?
रेड तो डाले.
Trading out the first.
भाई कौन?
Though he has been consistent every single time they've challenged him. This guy's coming up with multiple.
लग गए
Luckily, because Karen was dropped very quickly, so too is Meteor. Now it's winnable for the moment as Knife was pulled out. Tried to evade some spams or some
close जा रहे हैं बे सारे rounds.
from the smoke. Unfortunately, he jumped right into their crosshair. 6-1 for Gen G.
मतलब ऐसा
And 4
close जा
ultimates
रहे हैं.
online coming into round number 8.
क्लोज फाइट्स हो रहे हैं, क्लोज नहीं जा रहे हैं।
हाँ मतलब fights close जा रहे हैं।
हाँ फ्लाइट्स क्लोज जा रहे हैं,
लेकिन उनके फेवर में नहीं।
ऐसा नहीं है कि एक बंदा बाइंड से हेवन का सी साइड पे ऑप कर रहा है, वहां पे फाइट्स हो रहे हैं।
Able to clutch out the late round again, as you said. Ults are in their favor, finances
ना
are
आप
in their
एग्जांपल
favor.
एकदम दूर का देते हो।
There's at least a lot coming online
डिस्टेंस
in
पता
this
चलना
round
चाहिए ना।
for the side of PaperX. Counter operator going to be invested into onto something. He has had a very quiet start to
खुद
this
फ्लैश हो
game.
गया क्या?
Reaction shot from Texture.
नहीं।
Already puts down Munya.
ये क्या हो रहा है? कहाँ कौन मर रहा है भाई? माइंड के उधर कैसे मर गया?
Denied on A because Gen G are getting aggressive.
अच्छा, बाय राउंड था ये तो।
नहीं वो उसको मोनिया को फ्लैश हो गया था ना, वो कैसे मर गया फिर?
नहीं फ्लैश डॉज किया था
If
दोनों
you're
ने।
in a pinch for PaperX, where do they go? Where do they take it? Maybe they can get a neural theft if they can even drop.
Timing.
And they cannot.
Oh, no.
A wall bang kill with the Odin from 𝘼𝐿𝐼𝐿𝐿𝐿. That's something dropped. That's the op down.
भाई
And he's
something
looking
का
for a little bit more.
सारा टाइमिंग्स
I
गलत
don't
हुआ
know
है।
where they're going to take this on the attack, but I think I know what the result will be regardless.
Forsaken's been quiet as well and reposition.
Shot.
Nice shot at least. Will make things that little bit
तो
more.
बोला ओडिन होगा घर पे।
The reveal as well will tell exactly
Match fixing हुआ क्या? Just curious, पागल है क्या?
The turret though. Keeping
भाई
it
जाओ
disrupted
तो
with
दिखा तो
Meteor.
सही दोनों
Again,
बंदे।
Full sprinting to help his teammate out. It gets close for a matter of seconds, but Gen G continue their utter dominance in this match. 7-1 on the defense. I don't know. Yeah, second pause is going to be called for PaperX at this point. I feel like they're running out of ideas. I also just did tidbit as well. Last 3 times.
बंदे दिखने की जरूरत नहीं है, सीधा वॉल से पड़ रहा है।
Yeah, played and won this map. 8 rounds on attack, 9 rounds on attack, 9 rounds on attack. They're 7-1 up on defense.
किसके तो लग गए।
No, I would say that's very bad. If you're a PaperX
That's
fan.
quite poor. Yeah, and the reality is for PaperX, you're looking at the last time they played this map against
PaperX जैसा गेम स्टाइल को बदल के दूसरे जैसा खेलना भी मिड राउंड कैसे हो सकता है? Not possible ना उन लोगों को। To adapt and change something drastically.
Game style on a good day, he absolutely can. This time, I don't care what agent he's playing, he's having a damn tough time. 2-8. Compare that to Split last time.
अचानक से स्ट्रक्चर लेके आए, वैसा खेले तो impossible है ना? कैसे हो सकता है भाई?
Last person to complain about Jet dying on the attack, right? Often that's your job. But here we haven't seen those dive plays as consistently. At least that hasn't been the crux of their attacking side. The problem is, how many rounds have we seen where literally 10 to 15 seconds in, it's 3v5. No control, no benefit for it. One guy goes down, they push somewhere else, that guy goes down, then they sit
कोच
there.
भरेगा
with
इसको
nothing to
आज,
do.
वो
Think
तो
about
कुछ
the
बात ही
spots
नहीं
that
कर
Gen
रहा
G are also willing to claim. Like they pushed out 2 players in all the way past Mound. They weren't even holding the deep angles anymore because what's the point? They're
And they
going to try
pushed
and
A
swing through
with 2
them.
players in the same round.
Yeah,
पांच
Right, so
अल्टी है
this is the
इसके
thing. You even
पास,
peek your
उन
head
लोगों
out
के
and go,
पास
oh, are they
3
rumbled?
अल्टी
Yep, they
है।
are. I'm dead.
Yep, they're everywhere.
Now we have no advantage. We're
Are
playing
they going
from
to push
behind.
B? It looks like they are. Insta smoke. B control being taken by 3 players. Just waiting to see if the push will come through in that direction. It's going to allow them the fast take back of this control. Paranoia immediately put through. The trade's not awful in the beginning, but they quickly divulge nothing for the side of PaperX. Forsaken trying to claim it back though. Finally, he comes
One and
alive.
only.
Well, this is the round that he needed to wake up in.
अगर कोई जिता सकता है PRX को।
वो Forsaken, आई probably
अरे
भाई इसका
लगा।
क्रॉसर क्या है ये?
Mind Freak on 42, but Texture's got an ult
Minus.
and an aid. And it's a snake bite
HP
left.
plant
This
कर
could
रहा
be
है।
very, very dangerous
आधा
indeed.
तुक चाहिए
Now
इसको।
though,
आ गया
Texture's
तुक।
not deploying the nade. Instead,
ये
sitting
प्री
down,
फायर करने वाला
up
माइंड
in
फ्रीक।
at 60.
मैं पीछे
Free
तू
fire
के
करने वाला है।
Nice
पीछे
shot
तू के
with the
आगे
operator.
आगे मौत
Mind
है।
Freak now is a nade below him. He's safe.
Free
Up
fire
top,
करने
he's
वाला
got the
देखना।
angle. Could
3,
even pick off
2
Munchkin. That could make it winnable, but Texture's a little too quick.
I love it.
I didn't think he could follow
भाई
that.
सबसे कॉमन पोजी हो गई है वो अभी पता है?
As a negative, and then it's like, no, never mind.
Wide swings it. Like, all right.
भाई क्या
Quick
सीन है?
scope it
13-1?
now. That's the level we've hit.
इससे बेटर तो कल मैं लोटस में मैंने होल्ड किया सी साइड को।
हाँ, 2-2 मार रहे थे अंदर।
कुछ तो गिरा।
It was 8-2 last time.
Looking like a golf in class. which again, considering this is the #1 and #2 from the same region, though we've already seen them play a best-of-5 series, there was a 3-1, and a lot of the maps were close. It looks like Gen G have leveled up, and for PaperX, I don't know if they've fallen off, because that's looking like the difference between these two is not the same we've seen before. All 5 ultimates, by the way. Gen G don't need them. That's actually the point we're in. They don't need the ults. They're just winning the rounds anyway.
Normally you think at this point, oh, let's just throw one.
Money, ja, money, ja.
Here comes the rocket, and it's not landed. It's not found the value it needed to. The lockdown has been destroyed, and Meteor was tagged down quite a bit.
ना जल्दी heal मांगो.
That's the value. They got rid of
गया map क्या heal अभी?
Lockdown. So they can at least claim some space.
भाई something
अरे एक और मारना था something.
They haven't planted the spike, but they don't need to if they win these fights again and again, and they have. 𝘼𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐒 drop, leaves Munchkin 1v3. If he wins this, I'm putting the headset down. They've got decent amount of HP, and they've lost Mind Freak. Okay, but it's all right. They've still got 2 players, no utility to play with. They've got to just take these fights one at a time. That's the only thing I beg of you. Not one at a time.
चप्पल क्या है? दवाई तो हील कर सकते हैं उसको. वो क्यों खा रहे हैं?
Round after round, but a reposition by Forsaken. The swing is good.
Nice 3-1.
The double peak wins the day. 8-2. Deja vu for PaperX. And well,
13-2 for Gen G.
Feeling confident. The good thing is they used 3 ultimates there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They lose the rounds, they use the ults. That's the weird thing about it. And again, a lot of this just came down to some brilliant individual play from something, finally putting a couple of kills on the board. The fact is they did peak Munchkin individually. First player peaks, dies, second gets dinked, and it's only finally they reposition. I think we would have needed a new destiny completely for Alex if they managed to lose that round. But it's scary that it even got close.
सिर्फ दवाई मार पा रहा.
Just get rid of the desk, man. Punching bag with an LED screen in it.
Whose face is on it?
Depends on the game. Make an interchange.
George.
Fantastic kill. Look how open the A side is, and they've made that realization. There's no further challenge. There's no utility. There's no reaction from Gen G. So Forsaken realizes it's wide open, and he gets caught by 𝘼𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐒. That timing was near perfect. You have to, well, I mean, you can call it a mistake. At the end of the day, he was open to like 6 angles, so he has to just be clearing those, constantly being paranoid about them. The site, though, is lost, and PaperX will find the plant nonetheless.
Stopper online, not wanting to allow them to set up something so they get aggressive.
वो मरता नहीं है लेकिन ना.
Now I think the flash through the back might have actually caught Munchkin, so he's going to actually reposition through B instead. Move away from the. He's open. I think it's because Divide's having to check too many angles. The Seekers at least will give it away. Showstopper has been thrown in. He might get caught by all of the Seekers, but his teammate's got his back, and that means he'll be able to kill off Mind Freak. The remaining player's a bit of an obscure position. 𝘼𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐒 has not been cleared yet, and because of that, he's going to be able to deny the defusal. The spam doing so much damage, and now it's all on to Divide with an operator. First shot missed, but he just needs to kill. There's no time left.
Very disappointing.
The miracle rounds we've seen from them, but everybody will go down with the ship.
Well, it's the same thing as what we saw before, Tom, right? They're getting this little resurgence towards the end of the half. This time, PaperX didn't have a pistol to help them out. They weren't
bouncer जा रहा है मेरे को ये पूरा bouncer जा रहा है मेरे.
But here, they're doing it on the rifle rounds. They're doing it in the clutches.
आड़म तेड़म खेलना आता है भाई, ऐसा नहीं आता है.
It's still giving them that little bit of a heartbeat to continue on forward. Now, this round, last of the half, Gen G come in with the Viper's Pit. That's going to be a problem to fight through on the defensive side, or potentially a very strong tool for retakes.
Man, it's scary when it's a red
power of red button.
Your third round, but as long as they're getting the rounds, I don't think they're going to mind too much. This battle is now changed. Its texture, and his operator has been fierce.
फिर से ऑफ में जा रहे हैं लोग.
Going to go back into it. Is there a flash? Is there anything? No.
अनुज भाई कुछ याद आ रहा है?
It's just a dry white peak by 𝘼𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐒. Players are top
9-3 करना है ना वो लोग को, तभी तो मतलब होगा, फिर याद आएगा.
PaperX have given him another shot. And it looks like another bite of this apple. As around comes another, but finally
भाई
he
ऑफर
misses there.
मरेगा कभी
Texture gets the reset though with low HP. He's dancing around, but he's being caught. There was no escape this time, and with 𝐶𝐈𝐍𝐿𝐒 falling, a real chance emerging.
Nice one, Ray.
कैसे जीत रहे ये राउंड
𝐼𝐼𝐿𝐿𝐿 have finally
दो
woken
एंट्री
up.
मारा था
They
टेक्सचर
found
बेचारे ने
some punch to be packed. Let's see. Meteor's on his way in.
भाई मीटर
Up
ओपी
close
ओपी
with a
किया
teammate further away. Munchkin's making a lot of noise. They're trying to find an angle to deal with him, and instead running into Meteor. Well played. Now they can
9-3
group up
नहीं,
and
8-4
try to
होने क्या?
force this 2v2 with the Viper's Pit. That was a little scary. Thought Munchkin was about to be spammed, but now they've got a lot of space as they close in.
अयो ये वाला प्लांट है
That could help out, keep them way
कोई और
out
ही
of
मर
this
गया
pit, and with Munchkin falling, it's done.
8-4 guys, same half.
4 at the halftime.
उंगली मीटर ने की
Legs to stand on, some foundations.
मारा मंचकिन
The second half will be tough if they lose the pistol.
Yeah, it's almost identical to what we saw in the last half. A streak of rounds. That's just disgusting. I was thinking for sake of maybe
पहला वाला ठीक है, वो सेकंड वाला वो जो पीक है बहुत कैजुअल है. हाँ, Alex exactly how yeah.
Player deficits that are actually what turned the tides over there. Well done from 𝐼𝐼𝐿𝐿 to at least get something.
Well,
हाफ टाइम
हाफ टाइम में क्या प्रोग्राम है?
अयो पूरी टीम उड़ गई किधर गई
अगर वही ए मैन का एंगल को फिर से रीपिक करना है मेरे हिसाब से रेस को सैचल करके लेफ्ट साइड डैश करना है फिर उसके पीछे एक और पीक करके वो अपर को मार सकता है एक्चुअली.
अरे ना स्मोक भी तो कर सकते
इतना ऑप्शंस है ना वो ड्राइव पीक तो नहीं कर सकते ना. एक बार मरा है वहां पे ऑलरेडी.
स्काई भी था एक फ्लैश ले सकते थे पता नहीं. अब उन लोगों को लगा रहेगा कि ऑपर ने रिपोजिशन किया रहेगा ऐसा लगा रहेगा रीड कि एक शॉट मार के ऑपर निकल जाते वैसा कुछ तो लगा रहेगा.
हाँ
पर इतना कॉन्फिडेंस लास्ट राउंड वो भी ठीक है. डोंट नो बट वो भी जो भी है यू आर नॉट श्योर नो 50-50 है ना चांस वो भी.
यस 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 यस
goat respecting other goat.
ये नीचे जो ऐड आता है उसको कैसे
निकालते हैं? हम्बल है ना ये लोग ना कितने हम्बल है यार.
पावर ऑफ कैमरा.
कैमरा के पीछे बहुत चप्पल मारते हैं ना.
3-round streak to close out the first half, Tom. It's given them a chance here. We want to see them take the pistol though.
Yeah, we want this.
क्या लगता है guys? VRX come back?
Definitely has not been. Genji
looking
like a competitor for the crown.
क्या हॉन्ट है भाई.
Thus far, we haven't seen the 𝐼𝐼𝐿𝐿 that we know and love.
वो हॉन्ट कभी अच्छा बता है जब वन वे स्मोक डालते हैं. भाई ये लोग क्या पागल ही कह रहे हैं?
वही तो वही समझ में नहीं आ रहा है.
सबसे पहले ये लोग डिफेंस खेल रहे हैं अटैक खेल रहे हैं अन्ना वही समझ में नहीं आ रहा है.
पॉइंट नंबर 1
उधर ही गलती हो रही है.
Forsaken with a good trade.
बी साइड खाली है. बी साइड खाली है. आ जाओ आ जाओ आ जाओ.
Needs to do a little bit more.
Shot
right to Texture's temple. That's going to put us in a 4v2 with 𝐼𝐼𝐿𝐿 definitely favored to take this pistol now for Forsaken fallen. A little bit more of a chance. Something though delivers. Okay, he's up top and not spotted. Easy.
Normally नहीं कर सकते.
कर सकते हैं. मैं करके दिखाता हूँ.
Looks like even he's starting to
नहीं
heat
कर
up.
सकते मतलब टीम मार देती है.
Just him having confidence because you look at some of the fights he's taken and there's definitely risks about it, but that's always been his play style. Even on a Gecko, he's basically an op main.
Yeah, no, what about some gaming scenes after the Watch Party?
Get the orbs rolling.
Gaming
the
scene?
duelist, which is exactly what's happened thus far.
भाई अभी तो सेंटिनल का भी मैच है उसका तो बहुत लेट हो जाएगा.
Sniper into his hands.
क्या काम है?
This game can definitely.
अरे
सुबह जॉब पे जाना है तुम्हें भाई.
सुबह जिम जाना है.
Majority of the matches we've seen.
ये
Mostly in Pacific.
आज है ना शाम को जाना पड़ा बिकॉज़ सुबह काम
on
था.
their attack.
तो सेम शेड्यूल फॉलो करना, शाम को
Pistol
दिन
win then was essential for PaperX. Now the follow-up looks easy.
Bye.
Very little to play
Yeah,
with for
ये भी गया.
Gen G, and even if they drop
Almost
something,
था.
he's the player that's
Almost
walking
था.
with
एक और
pistol.
hit.
So the margin for errors
Low
already
किया ना
being
उस-
reached here.
एक one
Any
hit है.
further kills will be costly, will force some level of
मोने
reinvestment
भाई
from
upper
the side of
love you.
PaperX. But on the defense, they can keep distance, and with the buy that Gen G have, they're definitely not favored on ranged fights.
And Defiant will be solo, but you can see the rotation already coming out from Munya. Jump peak will give him the
एक
info
पड़ा?
to go
भाई
back in
जाने दो
that
मोने भाई,
Marshall.
माफ कर दो आज फ्रेंड
It's a
समझ
round
के.
that they shouldn't really have any opportunity to win. The weaponry not falling into their hands off the kills they've garnered, and
SCW दबा रहा
as they're
है
pushing it,
भाई,
they're actually
क्या
just going to start
नहीं
pushing it to them.
Cha,
A good
cha,
round
cha.
from
8-6,
PaperX
8-6.
as they
Come on, guys, come on.
managed to bring things again back within 2.
What if PRX is your team? मैं वॉच पार्टी क्यों
It
करता हूँ?
has
सीधे
been the
सिंगापुर में
rounds
पार्टी
where
करता हूँ.
Gen G truly have been.
Wow,
आगे
just
लेके आ
look
रहे.
at your screen. Besides,
क्या
something,
क्वेश्चन
this
है
is
ये?
a round that often you're going to look at as an eco.
टीम मीटिंग में भी मजा आता था ना.
हाँ, exactly.
हाँ, रात को रूम में.
Force up here by an operator and potentially of a blade storm, even if they lose the round with how consistent he normally is with that op, I would definitely put stock in him finding at least the 2 orbs. 1 kill and a death. We'll see what he can get up to.
It also means they can gamble the control. They've got him holding onto the A site, an aggressive position.
माने भाई माफ कर दो, दोस्त है.
You want to have here. Somehow
माने भाई माफ
he
कर
gets
दो.
out of there unscathed. They also had an initial setup for players outside C, but after that spot comes through, fading back. Now the
USA
cross
कब आए?
has
एक
already
हफ्ता हो गया
happened,
रे.
so something now in a pretty deadly
Like in
position,
Alex
and
position.
honestly,
Alex
I
को
think
तो
Meteor's
job
a
का
little bit
दिक्कत है.
lucky
मेरा
that
क्या
they
दिक्कत
won.
है?
Well, here's the chance for that operator to finally show its ugly face. Ugly for the side of Gen G as they lose a player right off rip. And it's Texture, the man with the responsibility to take the space to close the distance. Now they'll be a little bit slower on the way around these corners, which is just perfect for something. Had to be watching the right way, though, and Munchkin caught him unaware. The same happens with Devi, though, leaving it to a 3v2 defensive advantage, and Devi walkabouts. He's been so good. 19 kills, looking for his 20th and his 3rd of the round. And it looks like he might... Oh, he will get the opportunity, but he's being dropped. Doesn't matter, because Munyet's there to catch him when he falls. 8-7. And now this gets me excited for PaperX. That round puts them way back in contention because Gen G got an eco.
Well, it is
I like the way
8-8.
they play it as well. After the initial spot, that there was at least 1 player lurking. They know that there's an opportunity to potentially
Comeback
steal
हुआ?
one away. So they 3-man push.
8-8 का round के बाद वाला round decide करेगा comeback है कि नहीं.
And even though he only gets 1 kill, he does enough to delay and allow for those rotations. Devi as well, though, as you said, he's been fantastic. 19 and 10, topping the entire scoreboard right now. Something once more. They know he's going to be here. They know there's a high chance he'll be here, and they're actually going to really put the pressure on early.
Don't mind this from Gen G. They have players
Yo,
lurking
Big
elsewhere.
Ali.
Trap just got broken on B. So now for PaperX, they have to be worried about the flank. It means you're not going to
ये
have
कुछ तो
Forsaken there to
turret
help with this
camera
fight. Instead, something has to do it on his
shot
own.
रहे?
He finds Texture.
Shot रहे?
It's a big part of this cake. They tried to seize the space with
अगर
it.
किलजॉय ने मारा ना एक तो सीन हो जाएगा लेकिन.
They've been left to try and trade it out.
मारेगा 100%.
दवाई
नहीं. As we said earlier, they know that
क्यों wait
trap
कर
was
रहे हैं?
broken.
अच्छा, they know trap is broken, वही है.
हाँ.
For Mind Freak, wait even for the plant.
आया, placing का लंबा आया.
Yet finishes this.
गन लेने जा रहा है.
Looks like they're aware. Well, they're very much aware.
नहीं, वैसा free में छोड़ के नहीं जाएंगे ना.
PaperX haven't made a move.
Oh,
Why haven't they? Why are they not
वो
trying
लोग
to
बोला
find
they
any
know
bit of
something is
control?
going on लेकिन something तो
And that's
dead हो
not
गया.
something they'll find an answer to until they plant the spike.
Looks like because they've spotted players near B and they're worried about their spawn, they're actually going to go fighting aggressively. This could be a big win if it comes through. Nice work from Meteor. 1 bullet left.
लग गए.
भाई ऑप आ गई यार.
Nothing being spotted towards the spawn. This means they know where
shot! किसने once Jinxer said 8-8 होगा.
was looking like a round firmly in the hands of PaperX. Falls to 1 man.
इसको ना हायर करना चाहिए टीम्स को
One man
प्रोफेशनली.
with one big gun And one medium gun also. Very ambitious to go for this.
खतरनाक
Not gonna
जींस
put
का
him to a
चांद ना
1v1
भयानक
He was having none of it.
That's what I said about this
अमित
guy.
भाई कल का
He
दिन आपका अच्छा
knows
जाए।
he'll hit the shot.
नहीं,
For some
बहन
reason,
चलाओ, मेरे
when
को
it's
कुछ
him
मत
2v2 and he goes, okay, I've got the first one, he always peeks for the second, and weirdly, he always gets it. That's the thing. Every time I'm sat there going, I'm ready to critique, and then he gets the kill, and I'm like, well, fine then. I guess that was the right play.
Well,
Kills
uncooked,
ulti
but
है।
it works this time. Certainly caught his opponents off
इसका
guard.
ulti है।
9-7 and claiming that
एक
round.
और लो बीजा के लाकिया का भी अल्टी आ जाएगा।
An operator in the hand of something.
Look at where he is.
Something फिर से
It's not
ऑफ
really an opping angle normally, is it? Oh, nice flash. That's good. But he hasn't got the dash anymore. It's faded out. But Munchkin, oh, the shot's missed. And Munchkin's been given a second chance at life while the showstopper is again just, oh, I thought just used for space, but he fires it out close. No, he doesn't pull the trigger. And now he realizes his mistake as the dive comes in from PaperX. They've got a lot to
उसने
work with.
अपना पोजीशन रिवील नहीं करने करके मारा नहीं।
Well, in theory, forcing them back, but it hasn't happened at all.
एक सेकंड
They went aggressive.
वो शॉट होने के बाद क्या क्या हुआ एक बार मेरे को ब्रेक डाउन करो।
Already planted at least.
मेरा भी वो हो गया फेड का अल्टी आ गया मेरे मुंह पे कुछ नहीं सुने दिया मेरे को।
And they have a pretty nasty
आपका शॉट लिया स्काई ने
potential
फ्लैश के
crossfire.
शॉट ही
Just
से
the amount of
मार
time
दिया
that people-
सब।
Munchkin is just looking at that clock. That's all he really aiming for, sitting back, waiting for the push. Onto the second. The PaperX respond in time.
5 HP था उसका।
So far.
एक
in
गोली
this second
नाखून पे
half.
बस।
And they close the gap once again to just one round.
Well, that's the response and resurgence we wanted to see.
अरे उसने अल्टी नहीं करो उसको दिखाने का नहीं था कि ए लिंक में है कोई।
Would have killed something if he just shot the bullet.
लेकिन थोड़ा उल्टा पड़
So
गया वो।
infuriating.
I can understand he doesn't want to give away his position, but you know, you make a decision there. Do you gamble it? Do you not? And well, he chose wrong. Chips.
pen ठीक है, pen ठीक है।
And for PaperX, it looks like they've really got their hands dug into those reins. The economy is low. We've seen
angle,
Gen G
guys.
win low by rounds. There's a Viper's Pit online with 1 kill for Munchkin, 1 orb, 1 plant. But the main thing is something has got basic. Dash. But it
एक
works
क्या
out
एक
for
सेकंड
him.
रॉक डैश कहाँ किया
Position,
इसने एक और
another kill, swing out. Coming in.
बाप रे व्हाट अ राउंड।
टाइम आउट लो मेरे को कोई समझाओ क्या हुआ। उसने को मारा फॉरवर्ड क्या डैश क्यों की दिया उसने।
ना गलत करके सही हुआ ऐसा वो ये वो वाला राउंड था।
What was basically we
कभी
were
कभी
क्या
कभी
गलत?
looked over.
नहीं,
It was
wrong.
8-1, and then they
क्या
went
बोलते हो?
3 rounds in a row.
Wrong question, right
And that's
answer.
the thing. You think it, you don't really think it at the time.
ठीक
because
है
8-4
इसको
half is
इसने
still
मारा
great,
फिर
but
एक और मारा।
It seemed like Gen G just let the foot off the gas. A few big plays coming out. Now we're starting to see players rise up. You were mentioning it. The distance between 𝘼𝘽𝙊 and everybody else was a lot. Well, something has been closing the gap. I'm also just looking at Mindfreak.
ओह
माइंड फ्रीक भाई
बहुत जल्दी ब्लाइंड दे दिया माइंड फ्रीक ने।
exactly.
In on that with Texture finding a field day, 2 HP left on
2
the
HP.
He'll find it hard to get any impact from this point. A stray bullet enough to take him down.
हाँ?
But he's
भाई
got covered up
कैसे
by
जिंदा है?
2 HP है।
No more flashes and they don't regen anymore. An opportunity still. No, shut down. 2 versus 3 though. Viper's pick could change the game.
They're trying to get in as quickly as humanly possible. But
almost.
Meteor's there to defend. Leaves it onto something. As said, he's had a real
By the mark.
resurgence.
टाइम है
Fall
टाइम
back
है।
to enable the reload.
ओई साउंड दिया
He's just looking to read
Sound
position
दिया।
completely. I think they know exactly where he is. But somehow he
कैसे?
wins the battle. 3 bullets
पीछे
left
तो
in the
देखो।
clip. The pit's will drop. He's already going to score.
अरे पिस्टल क्यों गन से मार।
गोली खत्म हो गया था।
नीचे कोई तो गन रहा इधर राइट से नीचे मुझे कहीं तो।
Insanely close. And it's a back and forth once again.
हाँ लीड तो मैच करना
गलत
था।
रीड।
A pendulum swinging. There's no stability to be found for either of these teams. 2 rounds for PaperX, an immediate answer back by Gen G. But the fact that it comes down to this, that the Viper is dropped outside the
30
pit,
HP 30
and that's the result. Clean as can be with a final right click to close it. Gen G, they've got a lot set up in front of them, Tom. There is a showstopper for Munyet. Other than that, everybody is just on the rifles. Credits are low. Gen G could be on the home stretch very, very soon, and Forsaken in that corner
clear
needs
him?
value. They've not seen him. He's good for
भाई,
one.
8 HP कर दिया रे इसने.
Very, very pivotal facts for us as Paper X look to move back.
लग गए,
So
लग गए.
many players are low.
लग गए.
One
Left
extreme
mark.
low in the corner. It's the Rocket to find him.
but
And
पूरा
that's the
मर
thing
गया
though,
है.
that trade's all right. That was
भाई
the
उसने
low
low
HP
HP को
player
मारा है.
that goes down. I don't think they're going to mind that whatsoever to put it back into a 3 versus 3. Something
Gun
about
low left
to try and
side
go
है.
through this. His teammates
हाँ उधर गन exactly.
a little bit further behind. No flash available for Device, so it's just going to have to be the raw
exactly,
push.
gun.
Already managing to retrieve a right.
ओए मिस
अरे
किया.
और डक किया रे.
Now get a
जीत गया
double back of
जंजियाना.
their own.
खत्म है
And the
अभी.
major worry here for
पैसा भी
Paper
नहीं
X,
है.
नहीं
they
11
don't
का
have
भी
Match
that
कर
point.
credits. They don't have anything in their pockets other than a Blade Storm. This could be the beginning of the end.
It feels that way, Tom. 2-round cap. Gen G in this series have just been miles ahead when it came to these rifle rounds. And again, it seems strange that 13-8, to talk about it as a dominant game. Yes, it is a strong scoreline, but not damning for the other side. But when you look at both pistols, that's a 4-0 start based off of coin flips. And Paper X managed to just about come ahead. When it came to rifle rounds, they weren't able to succeed. Now, early push, it's not quite a rifle. Instead, it's a set of blades, and those don't even get fired off. They lay by his side as he falls to the floor. Something down, so too is 𝘼𝐼, and they're ready for another player close. There seems to be nothing that Paper X can do to surprise this Gen G roster in the last few rounds.
लेकिन एक चीज है.
Looking like it's on the board, Tom.
ये लोग को 2 गन राउंड ही जीतने का है.
Feeling the crushing weight of
जो
this
जीतना है वो तो हार गया ना already.
ये लोग OT लेके जा सकते हैं मेरे हिसाब से.
There's no easier fight for them than a team that they know. The devil
12-9 रे बिंग्स 3 राउंड जीतने हैं ओटी जाने के
फिर
लिए.
इसके बाद टेक्सचर की अल्टी है.
हाँ ऑलरेडी है अल्टी टेक्सचर के पास. इसका किलजॉय का अल्टी है.
मुश्किल लग रहा है.
लेकिन वो राउंड देखा जब ये 5 अल्टी थे और वो लोग आ रहे थे.
Gen G have looked their most fearsome. A team from last year that started strong, had a massive fall from grace. Made a huge overhaul of this roster with risks taken.
भाई लेकिन माइंडफ्रेक पूरा
Players
सीजन नहीं
brought
खेल
back
पाया.
who had been at a Masters right at the beginning of Valorant. The
उसको
player
कोई
they
गंदी
got
नजर
from
से देख
rank,
रहा है मेरे हिसाब से.
and players that have not found
Manfred
success
झूल रहा है
elsewhere.
नीचे.
Texture, one I think we can really highlight. Like in G, he
पहले अच्छा मारता था ना, कोई
But
तो
to go
गलत
into a
नजर से
Gen G
देख रहा है
roster
उसे.
that's now playing for a minimum of top 3 if they win this match. Unheard of, surprising, and now looking like that pinnacle of Pacific. Looking to try and do what no Pacific team has ever done before.
इतना अच्छा खेल रहे हैं जेंजी जीत भी सकते हैं रे.
International victory.
नहीं नहीं आना सेंटिनल्स.
Paper X are not dead, not down, until you stamp them out.
Definitely looking
गेम
injured.
पे तो बहुत डोमिनेटिंग है रे.
Path to recovery.
Heavy
3
stack
shots.
है.
No fucks given gameplay है.
A lot of win conditions.
हैवी स्टैक्स है.
Gen G
बी जाएंगे लग रहा
to
है.
fight their way through. Paper X don't have reactive.
Mindfreak है B पे.
impactful ones.
अरे लाके के अल्ट है ना, लाके अल्ट मोनी अल्ट. मोनी बोल रहा टेक्सचर अल्ट खत्म.
Any one of those can open sights, pull you out of sticky situations.
हो गया
door
Jinx.
open. That was the defenders, but it's covering 𝘼𝐼𝐻's push forward. Problem is, okay, good nade up close. That's going to force that player out in the open. Problem
Mane
is,
bhai.
Texture was covering it. And now the push on mid is spotted as well. 3 players left for Paper X.
कैसे?
Still got a fight in them. Nightfall won't evade it. He's being caught.
Oh!
The shot step is bought a little bit. An advantage for
Brain
𝘼𝐼𝐻.
क्या है
He's still
अंदर?
alive. His HP recovering, but with something down. And 𝘼𝐼𝐻, very much known towards
कहाँ
that
लगा रे?
score. Mindfreak's on the wraparound. Wants to move towards that singular door. For this, 𝘼𝐼𝐻 needs to buy some time. He still has a flash to play with.
Insane
There
moment.
it goes. It's popped and it's cleared out this corridor.
Insane moment.
𝘼𝐻's even won the fight. The smoke is down. A chance if Mindfreak can make it to 𝘼𝐻. If they can take this fight
Time
together,
है
but
कि
they
नहीं?
don't know where the last
गया,
players
गया,
are.
गया.
बाइक ही नहीं पता किधर है.
Nade has even forced
वो
them back
किधर
for a
कर दिए.
second. The time now very low.
अब उधर जा रहे
And with
डिफ्यूज
2
करने.
players still to
गया, गया,
root
कुछ
out,
नहीं कर सकते.
it might be too low.
हाँ,
Just
गंदा
dodges that
crossfire
siege,
है,
but
ये
Mindfreak
बेटा.
down. The time now. Not to be
By
played with.
deserving,
Okay,
deserving.
no, Texture went out swinging.
Deserving,
There's
deserving.
no chance. There's no chance
By
whatsoever.
deserving,
He had
by
to stick it
deserving,
underneath his
deserving.
nose. And short of a big misplay, it was never
Deserving.
swinging the other
अभी
way. 13-9 and 13
भाई अभी पूरा लोअर ब्रैकेट से फिर से आना पड़ेगा इनको भाई
सबको हरा के आना पड़ेगा
Most matches played in the history of VCT KRX.
लाउड को हराना है सबको हरा के आना है
अरे ना रुको लाउड और सेंटिनल का बच्चा है ना मैच
इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ लाउड का हराना है
लाउड भी वेट कर रहे हैं ना उन लोग का भी ये क्या बोलते हैं रिवेंज मैच
रिवेंज नहीं रिवेंज हो गया बिकॉज फर्स्ट सेंटिनल्स प्लेड लाउड वन सेकंड टाइम सेंटिनल्स प्लेड लाउड सेंटिनल्स वन अभी रीसेट हो गया पूरा फ्रेश है लवाल है अभी लवाल
यार मैं एक को मिस कर रहा हूँ पता है
किसको
मैं DRX को मिस कर रहा हूँ ये लोग का एक और रील बन सकता है वो वाला फिस्ट बम्प वाला
स्टार्टिंग में ही बोला ना जेंजी आज लग रहा है डाल के ले लिया खत्म हो गया आपका नया बिस्कस ऑन होम डेकर प्रोडक्ट्स कहाँ मिलेगा आई मीन एनी वेबसाइट रेफर इट वी आर ओनली सेलिंग इन हैदराबाद सो यू कांट बाय इट आउटसाइड जेंजी वाज सेंट्रल फाइनल्स ऑफ मैस्टर्स मैड्रिड लग रहा है एकदम लग रहा है ए प्लेऑफ्स का दिन ये कैस्टर टेस्ट में क्यूटीज क्यों नहीं है
क्या साफ सफाई चालू है ना पीछे देखो ना सब चालू भी हो गया इधर पीछे ठपा ठप पोछापाछी चल रही ऊपर
इन लोगों का वही है ना हार्ड डिस्क आएगा सीधा माउस पैड आएगा हो गया दैट्स ऑल खेलो सोफा पे वॉच पार्टी स्ट्रीम इनकमिंग क्यों रे क्या हो गया आर्टिस्ट भी चेंज होता है यस सो फॉर फास्टर टर्न अराउंड्स तो इन लोगों का खुद का हार्ड डिस्क होता है हार्ड डिस्क में यू विल हैव योर गेम यू विल हैव विंडोज यू हैव योर कॉन्फिग फाइल जो भी है सब कुछ रहता है सीधा हार्ड डिस्क निकालो हार्ड डिस्क डालो दैट पीसी बिकम्स योर्स योर सेंसी योर स्किन सब कुछ ऑलरेडी लोडेड है खाली माउस डालो कीबोर्ड डालो माउस पैड डालो हेडफोन डालो खत्म हो गया गेम चालू इंटरव्यू में क्यूटीज नहीं मेरे को अलोंसो चाहिए Ron White, what's up? What's happening? Word.exe रहता है क्या? No. So जो भी आपका इलेक्ट्रॉनिक इक्विपमेंट है, once the match is done, you give it back to the VCT team. वो लोग रखेंगे आपका माउस, आपका हार्ड डिस्क, आपका कीबोर्ड, आपका हेडफोन्स जो भी है, you are not allowed to take it back with you. You give it to them. They are going to keep it. When you come to the match, they'll hand it over to you. You just have to set up and play. तो उसके अंदर कोई tampering वो सब कुछ नहीं होता है. अकाउंट भी राइट ही देते हैं ना. हाँ, अकाउंट ऑल्सो राइट गिव्स 9,999 वीपी रहता है, कभी ज़ीरो नहीं होता है, वो ऑटोमेटिक रहता है उतना ही अमाउंट. जितना चाहिए ले लो, जितना स्किन्स डालना है डाल दो, सब कुछ फ्री. कल BO5 है क्या? आई डोंट थिंक सो. ओनली फाइनल्स विल बी BO5. Any plans of expanding business of Dasus in Delhi? Nothing this year. This year, going to set up and establish everything in Hyderabad. No moving anywhere.
Pressure to frack us when we're up on the stage or affect how we perform. And I just feel like we're that type of team that gets stronger and stronger and that can grow as we play and as we make those runs today here in Madrid.
और वो skins permanent हो जाता उस player का. No, the ID is only given for the match. मैच होने के बाद IDs cancel हो जाते हैं. हर एक VCT event के लिए अलग-अलग IDs बनते हैं. Is there a lower bracket? Yes, lower bracket is there, no? Sunkarland, no रे. Watch parties है. Mr. Beast पीछे. Oh, local है क्या? Rep loser versus loser bracket. हाँ, अंते.
결승전에 간다면 페이퍼렉스를 만날 것 같으신가요? 아니면은 다른 팀을 만날 것 같은가요?
일단 제가 원하는 건 페이퍼렉스가 아메리칸 팀들 다 잡고 다시 결승 오는 것까지 다 원하고 있지만 그래도 센티넬도 한번.
Genji is in the final. They are in the upper bracket final. Grand final नहीं.
Well, if it goes to my plan, personally, I want PaperX to kind of eliminate all the teams from Americas, and then we meet again in the finals. But
Dad was interested in buying cabinets for his new home. He really liked it. Thank you, but we're not selling anything in Delhi.
I would like to be Sentinels.
Dice que si todo va de acuerdo a su plan, la idea es que PaperX le gane a todos los equipos de Américas para que se encuentre nuevamente en esa gran final. Pero que aún
Whom are you supporting in the next match? Sentinels.
viene siendo esta partida que ya se viene. Y hablando de eso, nosotros vamos a pausar. We're gonna take a break real quick and we get ready for that Americas match.
समझा अनुज भाई? समझा अनुज भाई? वॉच पार्टी किंग सारे म्यूट.
KKR की जर्सी देखो कितनी बेकार है. सेंडर्स जर्सी आ गया. नूर है, पुराना वाली है मेरे पास. According to you, which category product is easiest to sell in India? We are a huge population of mid to low income. So, yeah, Nimar. Any service I think you should be able to sell. Product wise, इंडिया में स्पेसिफिकली कुछ नहीं आ रहा है टॉप ऑफ द माइंड. पेपरएक्स अब तक नॉकआउट नहीं हो जाए तब तक 100% नहीं देते. ऐसा नहीं होता है रे. Who would want to play to lose, guys? अनुज भाई को राइट्स नहीं मिला है क्या? अनुज भाई को मिला राइट्स? लाउड 2-0 लग रहा है। नहीं रे, आई थिंक इट्स गोना go to all the 3 maps, but Sentinels is gonna win it. Celsius full form है यहाँ पे। आपका टोटल चैनल्स मेंबर्स कितने हैं पता नहीं, डोंट नो। Texture was in G before. Yes, texture was in G before. I am good. How are you, Sirok? Elena, what's happening? वंशी कुछ नहीं रे बाबा, वॉच पार्टी हेवी सीन्स है। कितना टाइम सेंटिनल्स का मैच? आई थिंक बाय 10:45 शुड स्टार्ट मैक्सिमम। लाइक प्रॉपर स्टार्ट तो 10:45 तक हो जाना चाहिए। ना तब तक टीडीएम खेल सकते हो। क्यों, आपसे बात भी कर सकता हूँ ना। ये another stream jet I think he'll set up now. यूफो भाई अभी हॉस्पिटल में है या फूड पॉइजनिंग? वन डे डॉक्टर टोल्ड टू स्टे एट हॉस्पिटल, सो अभी हॉस्पिटल में है। नथिंग सीरियस, जस्ट रेगुलर मेडिकेशन। वंस आई थिंक टुमारो ही विल गेट डिस्चार्ज्ड। आप सीसी से ज़्यादा स्ट्रीम कर रहे हो। मेरा नेक्स्ट हफ्ता 1 वीक ब्रेक बिकॉज हाउस शिफ्टिंग। ఎక్కడ షవర్మా తెలియదు నాకు, ఎక్కడ వచ్చిందో। ఎక్కడ ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఈజ్ దేర్ ఎనీ గ్రోత్ ఇన్ వీసీ ఎస్ఏ कंपेयर्ड टू लास्ट ईयर? नो, आई डोंट फील ग्रोथ नहीं है। as long as your players remain the same, no new talent comes up like proper brand new, I don't believe it. Guys, fine now, yeah, 90% recovered. नया हाउस का होम टूर वीडियो आना नहीं आएगा। मेरा घर है, पर्सनल स्पेस है, आप लोगों को देखने की जरूरत नहीं है। షవర్మా తిన్నట్టుగా ఫుడ్ పాయిజనింగ్. ఎస్, వెనకాల షెల్ఫ్ ఏమైంది? ప్యాకింగ్ చేస్తున్నాం మొత్తం. హ్యావ్ టు షిఫ్ట్. నో गॉन्कलेट शील्ड्स कहाँ नहीं गए गाइस? पैकिंग चल रही है सबकी, तो वी आर पैकिंग वन आफ्टर द अदर. ऑल शील्ड्स आर देयर, नथिंग हैपेंड टू एनीथिंग. सो
अना क्या स्ट्रीम बंद करे? 2-0 जीत गया सेंटिनल्स.
तो फ्यूचर से आया क्या?
या
बंद कर सकते हैं क्या? बंद करें क्यों? गेम खेलते हैं ना.
हाँ बात तो.
थॉट्स ऑन इंटेल आर्क जीपीयूस? कभी देखा नहीं रे उसका. Congratulations, new house. Thank you so much, Aryan. ప్యూర్ తెలుగు స్ట్రీమ్ చేయన్న ఒకరోజు, దానివల్ల ఏం యూజ్ ఉంటుంది? एनवीडिया का स्टॉक प्राइस देखो, फुल बूम. वी हैव नॉट इन्वेस्टेड. नो, हमको क्या फर्क पड़ने वाला है? न्यू हाउस का कितना खर्चा हुआ? डोंट नो रे. आई हैवंट बीन इन्वॉल्व इन द प्लानिंग डेवलपमेंट कुछ भी. डैड को बोला है जैसे आपको चाहिए वैसे बना लो, खाली मेरे को मेरा गेमिंग रूम एक छोड़ दो. मैं कितना करना है उतना, कितना करना है उतना करूँगा. सो दैट्स इट. बाकी पूरा कुछ नहीं किया मैंने. आई टोल्ड यू गाइस कैन डू वॉट एवर यू वांट, तो डोंट नो. गेमिंग रूम का लीक्स दो इंस्टा पे. उसका प्लान करेंगे. अपग्रेडिंग गेमिंग सेटअप. गेमिंग सेटअप इज गेटिंग अपग्रेडेड. यस. सॉलिड वुड फ्लोरिंग एक्सपेंसिव यार है. सॉलिड वुड फ्लोरिंग इज एक्सपेंसिव. गेमिंग रूम डन. पेंटिंग अभी बाकी है. फुली गेमिंग रूम फुली कंप्लीटेड होने में आई थिंक इट विल टेक April 10th लाइक दैट, नथिंग लेस देन दैट. सो April 10th तक नो स्ट्रीमिंग. I'll probably from next week पूरा शिफ्टिंग है रे. I don't know when this will start. I think till 29th 30th तक I can stream. After that till the room is done I can't stream. तो ट्राई करता हूँ जितना भी कर सके उतना करता हूँ, बट आई थिंक 29th 30th मैक्स, बिकॉज मेरे को ये घर April 4th को वेकेट करना है. सो बिफोर दैट एवरीथिंग पैक करना है, सब कुछ देखना है एंड ऑल्सो. You sold current house. This I don't own this house. जो हमारा नहीं है हम नहीं बेच सकते, प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. बैक टू दुर्गम चेरू का फिल्म नहीं था. डीजे कब 6 महीने से वेट कर रहा हूँ, रूम होते ही रेडी हो जाएगा। లీక్స్ ఎందుకని ఏమైతే లీక్ బొంగు ఇంటికి వచ్చేస్తారు అందరూ. Scorpion chair पर खेलते हो आप? No. Scorpion chair we might give it off to somebody in Hyderabad. तो once it is packed, move to downstairs. आदर्श को बोलूँगा जिसको भी चाहिए हैदराबाद में, I'll just give it away.
अन्ना क्या सेक्सी म्यूजिक है अन्ना ये वाला,
इन लोगों का बहुत अच्छा है.
उसको देख
VLT का नेक्स्ट मैच कब है? 2028 अप्रैल में चालू होगा. 10 crores enough for retirement? Depends on what you want to do after retirement.
It's the new versus the old guard for Americas in this match. It's the third time they've played this year, and we're already into.
ये क्या सीन है?
These teams have a lot of similarities in their strengths, and I think we're going to expect to see maps like Sunset, maps like 𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐒.
जगह पे खड़े रह के वीटो कैसे कर रहे हैं लोग?
वीटो हो गया होगा, वो वीडियो रिकॉर्ड नहीं किया राइट ने, तो हल्का सा एफ हो गया उसका.
First map's going to be a challenge for Loud.
Yeah, just how close do you think this will be though? Because the first match we saw today, very, very one-sided, also what we expected. But 𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐒, do you feel like it favors one team or another coming into this?
I'll be honest, I do give the edge to Sentinels here. I don't think we're going to have a very clear-cut series now. I think now maybe looking to reinvent themselves once again and have that bounce back.
How do you stay fit?
हो गया, जा रहे वो लोग हार के.
By fit hूँ? I don't consider myself fit, right? This is a road to fitness. I still have a long way to go. But yeah, I work out, I maintain my health, I eat properly, no junk food.
I think Icebox and Sunset, both teams are incredibly close on how they play. In particular, Icebox leans towards Lads. I really expect us to get a third map, to get Sunset, and that's so exciting because these teams are both excellent at the map, but with very different reads. One playing the Breach and the Phoenix, the other playing the Gecko composition. Both have these great retakes, both have really cool ideas for how they take space on the map. Really hoping we get there.
Yeah, and I also, you mentioned a little bit of doubt perhaps in Sassy here, but 𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐒, he's going up against Sadak. You know, they've been looking forward to this matchup for a long time.
Junk food कब गया last?
How much pressure do you think is going to be on his shoulders?
Well, no surprise to see the composition.
If Subway is considered to be junk food, then in February.
You could argue again, it's another one of those familiar.
But that's pretty much it.
Very, very comfortable ground and obviously
Oh, pizzas.
Sentinels की लाइनअप बहुत ही अच्छी है.
No burgers and all that stuff. I don't eat all of them.
They take space for Zekin. I think shutting down Zekin has to be a priority for Loud. He is looking like the best player in the event right now.
Who's inspiration in business world apart from your family, Anna? Nobody.
The openers for Sentinel. Give John Key those
How much time do you expect India to reach this level in NA?
for most of this tournament.
I don't see it happening anytime soon.
Told that Brand and Sideshow are in fact contractually obligated to cast every single Sentinels game. So here they are, over to you guys.
It's extremely true. We have so much influence and power actually over Riot Games here at the casting desk. But we decided to get started with our second match of the playoffs.
How many hours do you sleep? 7 hours, right? 7.5 hours. उससे ज़्यादा I can't sleep at all. Even if I want to.
And they're kind of taking over that mantle now. You know, me and you, Josh, were talking about it just before we got into the game. But you know, you think of that Optic Core versus Loud matchup. That was, you know, 𝐿𝐶lásico. And now maybe to pass another torch over to this one. We've seen Sentinels versus Loud now many
English audio. हाँ, मैच चालू होने दो ना. हम बात कर रहे हैं ना, इसलिए नहीं.
to great heights.
It's possible that we'll see it even later on in the playoffs too. We've yet to really discover which of these
Why diet too? I don't diet, right? I eat healthy, that's all. मेरा कोई diet वाइट नहीं है.
In the lower bracket if they end up down there at some point. Obviously PaperX no pushovers either. But yeah, this is a really cool region.
वो हमारे supporting IPL CS कह रहे हैं. क्या question है वो?
Last year we only had one regional title in Americas to fight over. That was Loud that ended up taking it away. This year with kickoff stage 1, stage 2.
Being swiping like a pro minimum.
Potential opportunities for
Which team do you think will win? Sentinels.
क्या है predictions क्या है predictions क्या है?
Sentinels 2-1.
They're not just fighting here for the rivalry, but they both believe, and I think a lot of the fans do too, that they've got a serious chance of being able to win the thing.
Hello?
Every team
is
at this event as well. I mean, winning here
क्या
in the playoffs,
ये?
not in the danger zone
11
just yet.
तुम्हें eyes
It's
holder
not
आते
on the line,
हैं.
but it does just
Loud,
get
loud,
us a
loud.
deeper
2-1.
into that
Loud
tournament, into
2-1,
Madrid, gives you
Anna
a
Sentinels
really
2-1.
decent chance
Yeah.
as well of lifting that trophy, lifting that title, which
Sentinels
every
2-1.
team here is looking to do.
क्या बोला? क्या बोला?
A bit of time too,
Sentinels
just to dig
2-0
into the map
Sentinels
details.
2-0 देख लेते हैं.
You look at the opening map that Analyst Desk has talked about it, and then
Anna,
Icebox, yeah, Loud won that in the 3-2 victory.
तेरा आवाज इतना कम क्यों हो गया
putting
अचानक
up.
से?
But
Anna!
Icebox was close, man.
Really close.
आओ जरा.
ए चिल्ला मत.
That goes the way of Sen
आजा.
again. If we do end
Anna
up going for
50
3,
gifted challenge हो जाए क्या
Sen
बोलते?
need a
Done
good
Sen.
start here, but I think for Loud,
जो सही होएगा
can't
बाकी
afford to
दोनों
just
से
get
50
battered
gifted
as
challenge
they
देंगे.
did
Done
लेकिन
Sen,
जिस
done
हिसाब
Sen.
से
मैं ready हूँ, मैं ready हूँ.
scoreline.
अनुज भाई ने
Devastating
जी का बंडल
for
भी नहीं
Sen.
लिया. I doubt वो ready है.
Really present showed here by Loud into
इसका monetization
aim,
शुरू नहीं
boom,
हुआ है.
bomb, behind the smoke.
मैं
Between me and Anna.
मैं
Anna
Sentinels
between
का
me and you.
जर्सी लेके आता हूँ, पहन के आता हूँ.
Just literally
Done Sen,
हाँ
done Sen.
हाँ.
the smoke. The
यार
Celtics
pistol
should be
runner
holding
दो.
for this one, jiggles it. Stray shots going wide.
ये ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है मेरे को चिकमंगलुर का पोकर टूर्नामेंट जैसा?
So far,
1v1.
damage done. It looks like just a 10. It's not a re-clear. Going to be called for B main. And 10's prepping the paranoia in case this Trailblazer caught contact. It didn't. They've re-cleared B main, but not necessarily going to start taking that territory with bodies. Instead, looking forwards to the fight in mid. 𝘍𝐿𝐍𝐶 did not use a fault line at the start of the round, so he's still got that, but it's going to be a gunfight instead.
Ooh.
Straight up. I mean, just dry into it, no kit being utilized. Again, want to face with the bodies. And to be honest, I think that favors Loud. Yeah, they've lost the breach, but no smokes if they decide to go over and commit to B. And Loud are re-exploring down mid as well. John Cutie and Sewers. Massive proactivity.
वो लोग eliminated नहीं?
But
Oh,
well,
nice.
John
Cutie,
Cutie
Cutie,
can do
come on.
so much more there. Just the one before the trade comes through, but the B site now opened up entirely for them. Will be that plan.
Sexy nade.
अच्छा right time पे किया नेड वो भी.
A call is made to try and fight into
दिख
the
गया
spawn.
Zealous.
Snake bite now being held, but he's got 3
डाल दो
tags to
Zealous
deal
पे
with.
डाल दो.
Luckily, Zella. Okay, Zekin right there, vulnerable. Will be able to
Oh,
get
मरा!
मर गया वल्लभुल है ना वल्लभुल है.
By the Sen
I
bundle.
love watching Sen set up these kind of little plays. You could see
वल्लभुल हो गया
when they were
वल्लभुल.
Anna मैं
against
जीत गया 50
the
gifted.
European teams
Huh?
in the Swiss stage, and they didn't want to offer them opportunities to go for
एक राउंड
retakes,
जीतने में.
where they would
2-0 होएगा ना अभी.
aggression, and they've always got a different idea.
वाह.
Great part about the
Round
Sen
की
team
बात
that
कर रहा था
obviously
मैं.
वाह.
so serious.
Twist आया twist.
These players now have just a depth of micro plays that they can add in. This one, a snake bite off contact.
उसने बोला Sen bundles.
Already seeing examples of both of these teams just trying to be proactive. Yeah, I calling that mid push earlier, fighting through into spawn. So I think what I said earlier, both of these teams, they're going to be pushing themselves to brilliance. I think you might be seeing it. At least I certainly hope so. Less Korani open no man's
अनुज
land.
भाई आपको
so he will
personally कुछ
fall.
मिला?
And I think what you're seeing, at least at the beginning of
Vishal
this
bhai
game,
se.
is Sen taking a very slow approach.
Vishal
That's a
bhai
big kill. John Cutie going down on A means that this side of the map no longer has any offensive threat. Oh, second reactions there. Fault line stunned up. Well, there it is. The classic
Support चाहिए
damage
उसको.
coming through.
कुछ नहीं हो गया आपका.
Flash in the end as well. So
क्या
Tens
हुआ?
are shortly behind him, but a
हो
flash
गया, जो
repeat.
होना था हो गया.
Zine can't get too much more.
क्या होना था क्या हो गया?
क्या भाई क्या
विशाल भाई ने इसको कुछ पर्सनली भेजा है और इसने बोला कि कौन है विशाल भाई.
करना है.
Accelerate there once John ended up dying because they don't
करना
have
है.
information
करना है,
about
अच्छा.
how the other side of the map. But if you want to talk about
हुआ?
info,
अनुज
as it
के साथ
relates to
सबको
these
क्यों करना है?
compositions, Loud constantly need to be jiggle peeking
सब
corners,
लड़के
need to be
लोग ही
going
हैं
for
ना.
those proactive
हाँ वही वो भी.
explorations. And that's going to incentivize Sen to play a little slower, to try to punish the jump peaks and see if they can get damage or kills that way, to try to punish the info pushes into mid, that kind of thing. And Loud can't always run around the map pushing on defense with utility because it just makes it so obvious where they're playing.
पूरा स्टोरी बताएगा बिंग सी क्या आधा बोल के सस्पेंस में छोड़ दिया.
नहीं नहीं उनको करना है. मैं बोला मेरे को भेज दो मैं भेज देता वैसा. क्योंकि तू लाउड को सपोर्ट कर रहा है अकेले वैसा।
अच्छा भाई सड़क भाई है, सड़क भाई को सपोर्ट है।
सड़क भाई है लेकिन लोअर ब्रैकेट्स में पूरा बोले।
Standard. Util being thrown out wide here for that ramp control early. Now setting their sights out into the A side.
बोलते हैं सड़क में मार दिया पूरा दो को।
बोलते ही एक और मार।
बुलेट नहीं है वहाँ पे, तू क्या?
रुको। एक नंबर। एक फेमस इंसान ने कहा है एक नंबर।
क्या थूक है, वेरी गुड।
ना सेंटर जर्सी, अरे नीचे जाना है, एक सेकंड रुको, मैं
भाई अल्टी मार दिया यार।
भाई 2 राउंड में बे।
2 राउंड में वाइपर का अल्टी कैसे आया? अरे कोने जेलस है क्या?
हाँ उसने मारा था ना फर्स्ट।
और भी उठाया था उसने, और उसने ये राउंड में भी एक मारा।
Scale for it, that paranoia, the timing on it.
लग रहा है यार
as soon as the nade comes through, yep, just hearing it and tucked to the corner. Sassy removed.
Spam karo.
Now just 2 will stand, and it could be just a bit of random spray, a bit of random spam.
Yes, George, let's बोलते हैं,
let's बोलते हैं।
Come on,
let's कर दिया टेंस पे।
Tends to be the latter, but Tens is wielding it.
सेंटिनल्स का स्प्लिट बहुत स्ट्रांग है, बहुत स्ट्रांग है।
The momentum piling forwards for Sentinels as they win the bonus.
एनर्जी के साथ देखा ना?
And what a fumble after Sadak's able to get a 2K at the beginning. And it's a 5v3. The stun just comes through a little too late for Sadak to be able to follow up on. And then the flood that comes out is late too.
Public क्या है ना?
A huge player advantage situation set
Panic
up by
है।
their IGL.
Keep playing together. Exactly.
Glimpses of the comms there as well. Keep playing together. Fundy's on show for Sen. Winning that bonus round is amazing.
And I do think that that's such a key. You know, Loud thrive against teams that opt into the individualism. You saw what they did to EDG.
Oh yeah.
It was a massacre.
No chances, no gaps when they're playing against that. I mean, you can argue as well a team like Loud had a relatively easy path into playoffs. Only beating out the Chinese representatives at Madrid.
Neither of whom played that well in their games against Loud.
Put up a fight, really, did they?
But having said that, we know that Loud are an extremely good team when they're on.
5 बंदे मिड में।
Sassy feeling the danger.
पूरा मिड है, पूरा साइड सेक्शन।
So much info. John's like, guys, there can't be anybody B because they're all looking at me in mid.
ये वाइपर का हेवन स्मोक का लाइनअप क्या है ना, ना पूरा कवर करता है, इंसेन है वो
गैप भी नहीं है,
कुछ गैप नहीं रहता।
Could be some danger if they find it.
Everything
उसके अंदर से आए तो भी वल्नरेबल हो जाएगा ना?
वल्नरेबल नहीं,
मतलब
डैमेज पड़ेगा।
Follows through with a snake bite exchanging, the handshake dropping down. Sadak was alone there. There wasn't really much to do with in terms of the follow-up. They have to face it wide though. The aftershock being played for.
फटा किसी के फटा।
So much damage done to these Loud players. Positionings known and noted.
क्या शॉट है, क्या शॉट है, क्या शॉट है।
One away now. The big critical ultimate on attack side. That showstoppers that be putting in some work if you manage to earn it.
Yeah, and this is the problem once you start snowballing forwards. Loud are going to be one away from having a broken economy again. And Sen are starting to get up to key ults. Look how nice as well the Sentinel's utility usage is when they get into a plant scenario.
मैंने सुना है रिटायरमेंट के बाद
to try to deny someone who might try to stop the plant. But he's also ready to throw counter utility with that nade as soon as the retake starts happening. They know how loud they're going to play. They've already prepared the counter to stop them.
से पहले.
Truly one-sided affair.
First time life में B main stun है.
Back from Loud, really.
Well, this is interesting. 𝘼𝐻𝐿 went for an orb lineup that's all the way into mid there. You see how there's 2 Viper orbs layered on top of each other. And that's going to disincentivize what Loud have been going for. This is Sentinel's Viper orb in mid.
Is this defensive or attacking map? मेरे लिए तो defensive map है ये.
नहीं है ना, अभी attacking अपन defense में कैसे 2 राउंड निकाले थे कल।
हाँ वो भी है. Defense side so far. Only 4 rounds in though.
कुत्ता रहा है, कुत्ता से बचो.
Dog right on cue there at the minute mark. Can be broken for a bit of that mid-round information, but only shown by the one player. So Loud still left scratching their heads ever so slightly in terms of wondering where this might land. But they are starting to guess now correctly with Seekers as pointing them directly into the right targets.
Sassy's going to pick up the ult orb and get Seekers himself.
खेलो cabbage versus cabbage खेल लो तुम लोग.
They've still got two players planted into mid here for Sen, but the spike.
Cabbage को attack नहीं करेगा ना?
Struggling to get themselves in.
तीन का तो stack
Push and
है.
pull.
जा भी
Flow
नहीं
of the map
सकते
not
अभी
really
भी.
working out.
भाई
in Sen's
Zekken ने
favour.
मार
They
दिया
need
तो
openings,
scene है
they
इधर.
need options.
Let's will play
Right now,
safe.
maybe
Let's
to be
go.
granted to them, a bit of spray with the
बढ़िया,
damage.
बढ़िया,
save करो, सबके
It's
सब.
such a difficult setup to break
20
into.
seconds
Yeah.
left.
What are they even going for here?
Confused.
5v5 सेव कर लो, next round
Really
खेलेंगे.
time. It's going to be their worst enemy. It's a team.
मार रहे,
Shot
तो भी मार
GT
रहे हैं
there,
ना.
close to the corner, cut the wide. Satchel's through and over the top. 𝐻𝐈𝐍𝐊𝐒 still anchoring. Tucked tight to the corner. Sassy planting the balls on the man to go for that one out wide for a heaven plant.
Heaven
The
वालों के लिए
wrap
तो भी
around now.
wait कर रहे हैं.
Celsius becomes a
Sentinel ने
key
check
player
कुछ
in the
हो
game.
भाई Celsius का
He's
round
managed
है.
to pick up his orb and reposition it too, so he's got more control over towards heaven. So he's set to try to blind somebody playing elbow. Tenz's already
Celsius का
repositioned up
round
top.
है बे. वो लोग को heaven भी नहीं देखने का है.
𝐻𝐈𝐍𝐊𝐒 with the stun finally now to try and at least an attempt.
Heaven जा रहे हैं ना clear
to
करने.
be giving this one up. They don't have positioning at all. Celsius is backed away, playing a really passive position.
क्या बात
Ken
है?
spots it, backs away, not
क्या
favourite
बात
for
है?
that fight.
थूक भी है.
And they've won out the
थूक भी नहीं
least
है.
critical ones. Now no molly to
ये
Celsius.
let's
hold
bolt
to it. Let's
it.
hold it for it and watching for it.
बढ़िया यार.
5v5 सेव करना था.
Really nicely done there by Loud.
5v5 save.
They had so many different things that they needed to navigate. You saw that there was no follow-up on the paranoia. That's because they're expecting some utility in response or aggression.
Tens को मारना था वो Heaven basically. वो वहाँ पे left right हो गया.
Deal with
इधर इधर मारना
over
है.
the top of him too. Unless, as usual, the backbone when it comes to fragging,
Rest
winning
of clutch
duels
master
against
है.
Tens and Celsius to shut the round down. That's where you see
Signal
the
run,
slower pace of Sen get punished. If Loud are things to punish, you've still got to be able to make your own success.
Familiar setup. Doesn't look like there's the same Viper orb that's being thrown out.
No, not this time.
Not from Celsius.
The other thing that's amazing about that Viper Orb, though, too, is it keeps people in mid, because you could lurk through it.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be seeing that one come out to play a little more.
With a present show though, now with a boom bot.
Touch tips.
Yeah. Handshake.
ऐसा जो बूम्बा मारता है cabbage वर्सेस नहीं होता ना?
QCK and Cowan seem really close to the ultimate too.
Cabbage versus cabbage भी
Being
करना
able to
है.
put that previous round on the board is just so huge for them to stop the bleeding. Everything was red.
There's a lot that could happen right here now with 50 seconds left. QCK
Shows
it, body
के
checks
पास.
the dog, breaks it down. Now he's one away from a large hold of his own. Onto Heaven control, but now here it is. Showstopper. Fault line to stop this one. Zekken was blind as anything. No.
Oh भाई क्या बच्चा रे
Spades capture.
Sexy movement.
Still low enough
City
though.
ने
Tens
डाल
now
दिया
with
उसने.
TP into the back of the side. That was not punished, and it is that full retake protocol. But already ram control game for Loud. Look at them clearing that so
Oh,
damn
ये लोग
proactively.
बहुत fast है.
While Celsius is so far away from the rest of the squad, just trying to find the timing for a late lurk. He might be too late.
There's a kill. Here's the
Oh,
showstopper
shit.
finally online. Rocket
Ulti आ गई.
round towards the back.
लेकिन लोएक्सी वालों को मारा.
Dropped like a fly.
चले,
Tens
Tens
बोल दे,
angry the
tactical
most
थे.
now. He stands his ground and wins his one out.
इससे
𝐻𝐈𝐍𝐿𝐶
पहले आके कुछ कर
falling
दो.
out. Sadek though.
सड़क भाई,
It's been
इसको
slowed
उड़ा दो.
down to Molly to push him out of
Nice split.
position.
क्या बात है?
Celsius is here.
Finally. Arriving to the party though, Util in his hand. Sadek adjusts it
Yeah,
and watching
nice.
for it. Tens
Very
now
good, very
1v2.
good.
The
Two
double
one.
base is there.
Yeah.
Terrific together. It's
Nice
two
run,
years.
nice run, nice run.
His partner in
मतलब
crime
उसके
because
casual
Sadek
round ही था,
himself, so
ऐसा
that
मतलब
fuse
कुछ
online.
नहीं,
It's gonna get
बहुत
a
अच्छा
second round on
round
the
था.
board.
ठीक है.
Loud
अच्छा
starting to get a
बोल
handle
सकते
now in
बहुत
terms of how to
अच्छा.
tackle
बहुत
these
अच्छा था.
aces.
जितनी फास्ट रैम कंट्रोल लिया सेंटिनल को पता भी नहीं था. देख भी नहीं रहे कोई कि रैम कंट्रोल से आ सकते हैं.
Sentinels were anywhere near set
They
up
were
for it.
surprised by
Sen's
Loud
general game plan
taking
is we're
ram
going to get to
control.
site, we're going to have some kind of post-plan idea for
Very good
aggression.
round, guys.
Or a backup plan like Celsius going for that late
हाँ,
lurk.
Loud
But if
जीतेगा
you can
बे.
find the timing between them,
Hey,
going to site and
ये
setting
सब
the next
साथ
play,
मत
which
करो.
Loud did.
मैं
And also,
Fair,
one of the
fair,
big
fair
crucial
वाला
factors
gameplay
in round
चाहिए.
5
ये
and
unfair
6 to
gameplay
Loud
नहीं
winning
चाहिए.
is that
अन्ना समझ
they
रहा
just
Loud
have players
जीतेगा
able
ना.
to
आप भी
turn
आ
समझ गया,
some
समझ
win
गया.
duels. You saw Tens at the end there. We've seen him do
Poster
magic
देखते याद आ गया मेरे को.
before. But Loud is shooting back. Might sound reductive, but it's very important. Here's that
Unfair
same orb
advantage.
lineup, but this time it's just
भाई
going to go
क्या
straight into a
ulti
pit.
never seen before ulti मारे
Don't
Loud
think
ने.
that's going to have the value that Celsius was hoping for. Kind of risky to go and retrieve it too.
Yeah. Basically lost, isn't it? Can't really be reclaiming it unless you have a plan.
लग
to
रहा है बी
clear,
जाएंगे
which-
बे. यार देख
Sen stacking bodies, don't get me wrong. Just hoping that a few stray bullets might land into the cranium.
Starts
of
क्यों
left,
आ
but
रहे
it's
रे
tucked to
मेरा
safety.
start
Making sure the pit will stay up.
भाई वो लोग ने रीड कर लिया रहेगा ना अल्ट में कम से कम 2
Sen
बंदे
get
तो
a
रहेंगे
read that Loud are playing
अकेला नहीं
heavy over
छोड़ेंगे
mid at the
वाइपर
start
को
of these rounds, which they generally are. There's normally 2, sometimes 3 players there. Sen might be able to make an adjustment and go for more burst executes. But all of this is so based on having a read of what your opponent's doing in this match. And they will be changing it up compared to the last time they faced off.
Very clear call. It looks like it was the dog John QT. He's been pushed forwards now, tucked. And there it is, kill claimed. QCK, fault line. Definitely there, actually, laboured enough, but still, the trade online. The call's being made to try and speed up the play now into B, but already that 𝘼𝐻𝐿𝐿, look at it. I mean, the paranoia, the smoke drops out, cuts up the side with that lurk into mid. Sassy not rewarded for it. Does the spike here, looking eager potentially to take some fights here, but has to stick the plan now towards default. But his team on its back and more. Look at that. On display, Sanak creeping and crawling. He managed to weave his way into the site there while all that chaos
Very well played,
on.
boys.
Not enough to get too much more done.
That was a tricky round for Sen to be able to convert. When John QT goes down over towards
Saber, I'm good. Why did you change the name of the channel?
The Loud players were there, and yet Sen come out on top anyway. Celsius destroys that attempt to flood retake. Dodge the flash, pick up both players.
तूने मेरे को जिंक्स बुलाया हाँ तेरा कल का दिन अच्छा जाएगा
Running away with this a little now. Getting to dangerous territory. Loud put 2 on the board with some slow, nice retakes, but now the economy's broken again.
Yeah, strange, isn't it? How that ends up working out, but quite salvage will keep any of the money running. Smoke.
Do you think US market will improve anytime soon? Not this. At least elections or no?
Punish on the John QT. He's been noted plays here a lot. Solo play.
QT का space contest किया.
They're just going to posture and pick up the orb.
And if they can find a pick on John QT, it'll create timings where Loud can worry about the rest of the map. And I think they've got a very good read that John is playing solo A. It's an expectation that maybe Sentinels can mess with a little, but at the moment, Loud have found a decent timing here to make a little bit of danger in the round. And the more the time ticks, the more you start to get worried in situations like this.
Absolutely.
Especially when we saw one of the rounds go down to only 15 seconds on the clock.
I think you can get really punished.
The spike is going towards A, which is where Loud are going for their gamble stack. Are quiet, but so far away. They're faking like it could be going towards B, blocking off 𝘼𝐿's sight lines, but no one's budging.
फ्लैश पकड़ के भी खड़ा है मजा आने वाला है
क्या रीड है इन लोगों का 5v5 है अभी
now the nade flying forwards close quarters still doesn't win it out with the stinger and the backside players are brutalized eviscerated. Sadak goes for the flash repeat. Celsius safety in numbers.
खुद फ्लैश हो गया ना वहाँ पे
Dodging move.
गन चाहिए था अच्छा गन चाहिए था गन चाहिए था गन
Got the rifle. Still, there's going to be no gaps there. Not with Sentinels. They know who they're up against.
वो क्यों आया बीच में?
Hypocrite ना ये.
Hypocrite
You see them walking into the trap. 𝘼𝐿𝐿 even manages to get one. But everyone on Sen is playing really tight together. Making sure that they
ऊपर चढ़ के मारा है सेकंड बाय ने वहाँ पे.
It is. Absolute sentiment. And they're running away with this. If you wanted to have an expectation coming into split, I think it's a little difficult. Because the 2 times we've seen these teams play before, one was an extremely close split that Loud ended up winning, with Sadak just popping off at the end of the game to drag him over the line. And the other was a flattening. It was Sentinels just utterly, tactically dominating the game. And this is looking to me to be more like the latter. Obviously, the scoreline would suggest that, but the approach, the way that Sen is so patient around the map, dealing with everything that Loud throw at them. I think that time, having been the first team to qualify for playoffs, has been used very wisely.
Oh yeah, rest and rejuvenation. I mean, listen, I've seen these players wandering around the hotel and the coaches, Kaplan and Drew. They had very dark bags under their eyes, but now they've finally been able to get some sleep.
And you saw there in that the shot of the stage, actually, Sadak popping off, making sure he's communicating what he wants to be adjusted heading into this. Tack timeout taken for Loud. Are they going to be able to find the adjustment that gets them a little bit of a
Zeke literally half your age,
the economy has just never been in a good spot.
No. Really quite vital round coming up here, just because what you mentioned, the economy situation is a deep fault line. That's just off the rip from 𝐻𝐈𝐍𝐻.
अन्ना जब ESWC खेलते रहोगे वो क्वालिफायर इंडिया के लेकिन पैदा भी नहीं हो रहा
पैदा एग्जैक्टली
Look how difficult this is for less than currency.
मैं क्वालिफायर किया था वो पैदा भी नहीं हुआ.
When this orb goes up, it's very difficult to know if someone on Sen is just quietly taking the timing through. And so these A players have to be cautious, concerned.
According to you, who needs to win North Korean election? North Korean elections भी होते हैं क्या?
Pointing in various different directions, but it doesn't really give Sen an indicator. They do know that a male is going to be free, or not male, but ropes itself.
Yeah, that Seeker went a long way before it hit 𝐻𝐈𝐍𝐻 over in A heaven. So Sen have a
एक
pretty
नेट
good
ऑन किया
idea
था, दोनों नेट बहुत ज़्यादा हो
A
गया.
heaven is
एक नेट
fairly
अच्छा है ना?
भाई
uncontested.
ये लोग फुल ए फेवरेट है क्या?
Dog
ए
here
फेक
actually
करके
might
भी
give
जाएंगे वो
such
लोग.
bad information.
Broken.
It didn't see the second player of John QT. We'll see what Sen end up
बहुत
going
space है यार
for.
Sentinel
Certainly
के
relying a
पास.
lot on the mid-rounding here from John.
पांच space है पता है, पांच की बोर्ड है ना.
Sanak, seekers of his own now, spotting
बढ़िया.
all the way through into mid. Everybody bursting through. Now the snake bite.
Very good.
Used on the Q as he hears that 𝘼𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐍𝐻. Where's the follow through now from the rest of the team? B main lost control of this one.
BRS was a lot of them.
2 versus 5
double satchel.
Don't want anything
बेस्ट
to
कॉल
do.
है भाई रीटेक चले जाओ 2 versus
That
5
paranoia thrown from Tense is
Best
lovely.
retake नहीं है,
Would have
best
caught
lobby
anybody
है
over
अभी.
towards rafters.
और regular
Yes,
lobby
the
के लिए.
time is low, but look how
Ulti
devastating
आ रहा है
this looks to
बाबा.
retake.
नहीं लेकिन
Do
गर्ल्स
this now.
के
You
पास
actually
भी
have
अल्टी
a
है
rolling
ना.
thunder, but it's going to be
But
utilised hopefully now.
अंडरवन क्लियर करेंगे यार.
The flank from Sassy, and yet he's got all the distraction in the world.
भाई बहुत
With
space
his
buy
life
कर
close to the
दिया.
ball, cut him up. Still, John QT. The tactics
अल्टी किया ना, अल्टी किया ना उसने.
Family as he's
किया.
spectator CQCK forward. Leading it
अरे
with the team,
कहाँ
but
मार
it's
रहे
already
बंदे
wrapped
नहीं
around,
वहाँ
so they
पे.
got to expect the Sassy's there. No, it's a half
Sassy
clearance.
by left
Going
को
up to his
किया.
TP adjustment.
Oh,
He's on that
no.
high ground position, just propped up, but less now he needs to get more done, and he can't do it.
जीत गए,
It's going to
जीत
come down to
गए,
just
तो इस बाय 8 बुलेट है नीचे गन्ने सेव कर
already
लो.
time ticking, so 2 years no chance in hell.
हाँ?
And it's another situation, Brent, where Loud cannot get any level of economic cushionry going.
भाई बहुत strong है यार
They're going to
सेन
be
का.
knocked straight back down.
Sen
onto the
defense
goal
बहुत
line.
strong है.
And that
वो लोग को
adjustment,
push
whatever it
करके
was
थोड़ा
that Sadak
contest
came
करना
into the
पड़ेगा,
round
लग रहा है.
trying
Time out आएगा क्या?
to inform the rest of his
अभी
team.
आएगा.
भी लिया टाइम आउट.
It did not work. They weren't ready for Sassy here in B Heaven, and they weren't ready for Sassy again once he repositioned into B main. It completely disrupted what Loud were going for there with the retake. The timing could not have been more perfect.
नहीं आए बे.
अभी लिया ना टाइम आउट 2 राउंड पहले.
Masterclass.
Yeah.
Speed
तरह भी
running
ले
it.
सकते हो.
It really is.
Immediately 2 राउंड में क्या
There
चेंज
was a lot of
करेंगे?
talk coming in based on their regional performances on Split that they might have the best split in the world. And you know, I was saying, be cautious. We haven't seen them play up against all the other teams in the
लेकिन
world,
के
but
पास वो है.
man, is it looking clean. I think
साचिल नहीं है
the
बस.
believers in
तो
the
सीधा वो
Sentinels
मॉली के अंदर से जा
पार्सल
रहा
खोला
है.
तो भी बस हो गया.
हाँ 5
I believe it's
रूप
confirmed
मेरे
every
खोल
time
दिया तो
we watch
खत्म.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
now heavy group up.
3-4 तो
Weak
मरेंगे.
buy here from Loud using that 𝘼𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐍𝐻 trying to be fast onto the approach. Chance here, Zekin tries to adjust the spray, expecting players
By
to swing on
Tens
that left
good.
side. Tens evacuating.
They,
Has Paranoia still
Tens.
left to play for, but the mollies are really clearing him out of position. What's the call now for Loud? Looks like a pivot.
Yeah, very mobile though. They've made it feel like it's ramp and they're already pressuring the screens. There's still a trip here for John. Tens is in there.
इसका दिमाग है भैया
They buy
जी.
guns.
सीटी क्यों गया ये? अच्छा पीछे जाने के लिए. अरे यार तक तो जलस कंप्लीट करेगा पूरा.
Less didn't have any sort of idea. He was just watching in case he
एक
was
मिलेगा
in
शायद
mid
उसको
2 years.
क्विज मिल जाएगा.
One with a rifle, but no longer. Dropped to the floor, dropped to the deck. Less
लेस बाय ने एक को
quite
छुआ.
able to do it.
9-3.
And it's not really Tens that makes the round-winning play, but I
10-2.
think it was that Cypher trip coming from John. He'd popped it over towards screens.
10-2 मैं
I
बोल रहा
believe
9-3.
that's how
अनस भाई तेरा क्या?
𝘼𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐍𝐻 ended up falling off screen. Zels has got a
Janet.
double spray down. Have a look here. Blinded up. Yep, hits the
Down
trip.
friend crying the corner.
Also, gets QCK killed. Because he's right behind
अनस
him.
भाई आपके लिए
So just
question
uses
है.
perfect timing and positioning.
That thing you did with Glenfiddich sticker on your bat in VLT thing will not go unnoticed.
Devastating
क्या
for the
होगा?
Loud morale.
Glenfiddich है
Bear in
भाई.
mind, you have a
Dry
full
starter
BO3
skin
ahead
है
of you, and you knew that you wouldn't be favoured here, but it is still going to be mentally difficult to bring your spirits back up.
Because they like soft.
Hopefully off that
ये का into you who will win US elections.
Showstopper. Let loose there. There is the trade online
को
from
समझा भी.
𝘼𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐍𝐻 with the stun at least. His high ground
Same
angle of
wavelength,
10. Just drops down, gives him the cues. 𝘻𝐿𝐼𝐍𝐻 just taking a white peek by himself, man.
भाई क्या हो
Taking
गया
a
भाई?
fight by himself. Yeah, there's
क्या हो
back
गया?
up there, but heads
मार
have fallen,
पड़ा
heads
भाई.
have rolled, and now exactly what Loud ordered.
या तुम मर जाओ या तुम
Advantage
मारो.
situation
अल्टी आ जाएगी.
looking lovely for them. One away from a showstopper too. Sen, they're going to be
डुएबल तो है अगर वो
ये कुछ ये ज्यादा हो
भाई
गया
एक राउंड ने 2v4 निकाला है टेंस और
जॉन
वो
क्यूटी ने स्पेस ले लिया यार डुएबल है यार
नहीं
Yeah, just watching for it. Look at that. Loud. Great awareness.
लाउड
knowing
के लिए
that Senegal
डुएबल
have
तो
to
है
be
ये राउंड
playing a bit more proactively, making the moves into the post
पहली
plan
बोल दिया हो
situation.
चुका है जिंक्स अभी
Sassy's
वापस
the
नहीं
lone
हो
survivor.
सकता
Gets shut down by his former
हो
squad.
गया गलती से
And
निकल
so
गया
Sen, for about the first time in this half, tried to do something fast at the start of the round. And that actually results in Loud getting the round win. Every other round, we've seen Sentinels with a tortoise-like pace to the beginning of these, making sure that they are cautious, diligent about everything. And as soon as they
have you
step
driven
forward to try
M5
to take the
CS?
fight,
Is it good car? You
I was
suggested.
so happy.
It's a good car. I haven't driven, but it is
players
good car.
behind Zekken just got wide swung and minced.
Crucially as well, final round of this first half. The money's looking good. The ult's even better.
Hello Cafe, आपका है क्या दोस्त का?
QCK play really much more aggressively now that he's got that one.
And the silver lining, if they can get to 4, if they can win a pistol, maybe it's doable. But they've got to be securing those wins.
Clean with the rounds that are available to them now. Viprorb does throw a lot of just chaos into the mix. I mean, look at the amount of Loud players. It's just gathered all the way into mid to watch it. They've got 3 players checked and ready.
Yeah. And Tense is still holding counter utility over towards B main. That timing was looking pretty good. Just.
Now that they've spotted the op though, the call's been made to contact in through B main. So Sen have just got themselves a freebie there. Can now utilize this. Oh, it's forward.
Oh boy!
Giveaway!
क्या jumping जपांग हुआ वहाँ पे?
We found there out wide once more. Still QCK's on a swivel. Molly's vulnerable to up. Push them out into the open. The easy collection of the kill. Now there's 45 seconds left. Chances to slow this one down, but it looks like Sen have no intention of it. Forward positions once more. 𝘍𝐿𝐼𝐍 drops down from the ropes here, spraying down, but 𝘼𝐼𝐍 is disjointed on the rest of his team. 𝘍𝐿𝐼𝐍 out wide. The reset. Lifts him up in the air, sky high, and then one player standing towards the back as a crossfire center, but the aftershock is elite. 𝘍𝐿𝐼𝐍 on for Storm. An ace on the cards. Leicester stick. This one comes down to the spot, but John is stunned. Atop, he's going to be out wide. He's going to be forced wide. Knows it. Info gathered now, but another stick now. Less finally the trust maintained in his teammate. Maintained in him. Might be punished. Atop. Out, force with a jiggle. John QT, balls of steel.
क्यूटी बोलते हैं।
What a round!
क्या है राउंड है कुछ और है क्या है गाइस इसको गाइस इमीडिएटली पॉज लो पॉज टाइम आउट लो इसको एक्सप्लेन करो
Unbelievable timing from John. 𝘍𝐿𝐼𝐍 have done so much. More than anyone could have been asked to do. But the timing on that, of when to take the fight in the 1v2 was utterly superb.
बस एक दूसरे को मारो मत.
God damn, absolutely unreal stuff. Well, we heard from John earlier. Let's find out what he was expecting coming into this matchup.
क्या राउंड था वो वही है मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना at that level at that stage to make a decision to perfectly time yourself for the 2v1 and also win that fight and then win the round जब हमारे पब्लिक वो कर सकते हैं is the day when you see an Indian team playing at that level as simple as that. Rooting for Loud just because of Bing's cringe fanboying for Sentinels. किसी एक को तो सपोर्ट करना ही पड़ेगा ना उसको. उसके लिए एनवायरनमेंट
फील आ रहा है 2-0 वाला.
2-0 वाला तो अभी तक नहीं आ रहा है. अभी भी 2-1 लग रहा है.
And Sen's Lotus looks good. That means you have to go towards this. So pistol round. Loud decided to take a ramp control at the start. Sen wanted to fight over mid, but there was nobody there. Loud has still got some people really far away from the action.
Real fast refight. There's no connection there, so Les is able to just skip and hop away, but John QT is just as watchful eye onto it. There's a gap into the smoke. Maybe a bit unintentional there, maybe just a bit rushed from 2 years.
Sen are also expecting there to be more players on site right now. Like, okay, well, where are the other 2 players for Loud? They lost track a little bit of where 𝐿𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐒 and 𝘼𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐼 could be, and now they've lost a lot of map info too. There are still chances here for the Loud players to turn things around, but this silent jump spot.
ये silent jump कैसे करते रे?
Crouch करके jump करते हैं.
Look at the rest of Sen.
लेकिन मेरा तो पड़ता है आवाज.
Clearing areas of the map, trying to regain some information, making sure that they don't offer any 1v1s.
वैसे ही बराबर बोला स्ट्रिक्स या तो
मैं पानी में कर रहा था. चप-चप आ रहा था.
Conditions of Loud right now. And against it,
कल
slowly
ब्रीज में मैंने ट्राई किया था.
making sure to regain some of that map control. No kill found onto 𝘍𝐿𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐼. A chance really for him to bite back and fight back. Here it is.
Blind है यार.
The fire
ट्रेड किया देख वहाँ पे. They are aware of the position
He
रहे.
is running all the way through. Knows the time's against him. So pistol round.
There is no surprise, guys. Exactly Sentinels को पता है कैसे execute करना है, कौन सा angle देखना है.
This could be extremely similar to the last time we saw these teams face on Split. As pure Sen domination. Sadak caught off guard by that one. And John picking up the 2K. It's just enormous. That paranoia, by the way, too, lovely from TenZ. They didn't know, as far as I'm aware, that Les was in that position. That could be dangerous.
इतना crispy हुआ है ना.
Actually, इतना perfect
Now
है.
Loud have got to, they've got to force. Right, you're down 3
उसका
to 10.
10% में
You didn't
sticks
win
में
the
आ
pistol.
जाए
You
तो.
need some momentum.
Sticks को क्यों तोड़ा?
All relying on this
हाँ भाई
one.
मैंने क्या किया?
Full investment. No money.
ना अस्कांडे लॉबी में कल झूल रहा था ना ये.
Trips though to stop them in their tracks as they try and take control of this. The dog broken before it even triggered into it. They do find it. Reface, 𝘍𝐿𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐼, that is incredibly brave. Well, second following through with the bullets as well as Sting, that's just a wide bit of a gap there still. Sentinel's fully aware.
भाई वो लोग ने force भी किया है, खत्म है ये game जल्दी.
क्या कर सकते हैं? 10-3 में force नहीं किया, अभी save करेगा क्या होगा? 11-3 हो जाएगा.
Fnatic ने comeback मारा था ना 11-2.
He's very favoured in a fight against 2𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐼 unless 2𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐼 gets the jump on him.
No way, just the ghost doing work.
That's bonkers.
It's got the one pick, but there's no real follow-up there with the players. I mean, they can't really react appropriately. Sentinel flying.
It's pulling 𝘍𝐿𝐼𝐍 over. It is making the A site weaker here.
Second John QT though. Cam back online. It's going to be spotting the crossover.
30 seconds left.
There it is. Camera taken out. They'll be calling out now that they could have been compromised towards spawn, but now time running against them. Loud, get a move on. Cages propped up, pushed up. Behind it, John QT can't follow through after that trip. There's a smoke in his face. It does make it quite dangerous, quite difficult still.
Oh, shot, QT by.
On the side, why not? And he gets the job done.
Really excellent teamwork and anchoring again there from Sen. Didn't have a cage for himself to be able to play inside of, but has a smoke there from a teammate. Somebody inside the smoke that he can spam off. It's really solid setup.
Beautiful
little team plays happening all over the place for Sen on this map. They've refined it so well. And Loud, that force smacked of desperation. Down 3 to 11 with only Sheriffs to work with.
90% recovered.
Go next.
That's brutal.
Really
brutal.
And the other 2 maps here are going to be, even if Loud were to win them, very hotly contested.
Yeah?
It's not like
हो गया 90% record थोड़ा है कुछ.
To dominate on.
Little cough and cold.
Level fight ahead of them, honestly. Uphill battle. Icebox, both of these teams quite favoured on their attack side. Sunset, I would give the edge to Sentinels.
Yeah.
Even if you do win on that second map to extend the series, it looks dire still. Anything
can happen.
Being around the block, they might be down and out right now, but they have that experience to maybe rally themselves here. They need a few more though. Openings not going to be given to them. Defensive setup for Sentinels just a little bit too strong, too well honed.
Yeah, everything looks... They've crossed every T, dotted every I. You heard John talk about it too when he said the devil's in the details, right?
what makes a team excellent is not just the macro, not just the shooting, but it's all the small things, the little interplays between players, the maximization of, you know, a certain piece of utility, knowing to always smoke this spot or knowing to always throw this nade in this particular way. And on split here, Sen approaching some levels of perfection on this map in the current meta. They are ahead of the game here.
True flattening.
And it's going to strike fear into the hearts of anybody else, because if you have a perma, you have to let this through.
Yeah, playing split against Sen, I mean, almost guarantees. Sentinel's going to be taking it. They've only lost it a handful of times. One of them two this team.
Do you know Honeyfoot's owner? No, I don't know. Who am I supporting? Sentinels.
Sentinels the kind of team get knocked by their losses. Reclearance called here with a flash and a paranoid. Well,
good counter flash.
Good one, yeah, from 𝘼𝐍𝐿𝐒.
Yeah, very important counter flash there. Sen are trying to set up plays like this because they have looser weaponry to work with. The two Spectres, the Bulldog.
Loud missing आसपास.
You're going to see a slightly more aggressive version of their setup.
So goes the ebb and flow of the map.
But there are still chances for Sen to win this round and just dominate with the same scoreline that they did.
Flash rifle! Bloody hell, that's a lot of damage in the retreat. Covered and watched for. Celsius swinging wide, a bit of running and gun in the reaction.
Timing भी देखा ना उन उसका जो भी किया वो लोगों ने.
Plant out, looks like they will do so. Too much pushback.
There isn't very much retake utility here for Sen. Normally their retakes are amazing, but there's really only a boombot to work with.
Waiting for the right timings. I mean, the smoke up. 1 second here for TenZ. Going to be using it probably to block off the angles. Just jiggling for now. There it is, actually dividing up the site. Paranoia flying with the fault line. Time starting to tick. A crucial kill. 𝘼𝐿𝐶 is falling on top heaven. TP forwards. Backside control, at least partitioning in it and trying to take it wide. Still with that util online. The aftershock does push him away. A time from John QT, but forcing the fight out into the open. The snake bites, plenty of util here. So Loud, really well played into that one. Just understanding how to play that fully, just using the util.
And it's officially now a closer game than it was during the grand final, where Sen won 13-3. But man, it doesn't feel much closer.
No. I mean, this round almost a givey, but
it was a bonus.
It was a bonus. Util available to them still, you know, round at a time, it's all the way, you got to take it.
Yeah, and we've seen them pull off big comebacks before. We've seen them lose leads before as well, but listen, we won't talk about that one.
We won't talk about it. We'll mention it a few times.
Look at the timing there, just beautiful, great read.
क्या timing है रे इसका? Presence of knowledge.
Less dropped. I mean, this is your star player. This is a guy you're expecting to put up massive numbers, who's going to offset that mechanical advantage that a team like Sentinels might have with players like Second, like TenZ. The desk was talking about it. When you shut down here, your chances begin to dwindle. Trip in their face. There's no protocols at all to really deal with that one. Should have known it was there. Forwards. It is just being toppled and crumbled. The opportunities in this round here for Loud. QCK with a nade does get the one onto 𝘼𝐿𝐶.
I mean, this spike is down in such an open position, though. It sends to close out.
It's inevitable, yeah. The double face in the end. That is one of the most one-sided maps we've seen. Two of our top here in playoffs. Sentinels are primed and ready. This is a team angry.
कोई नहीं, next map.
They want to go deep, they want to go forwards. They know they've had
Next map. Next map कौन सा है?
Next map Icebox है.
Next map तुम लोग का lower bracket का match है. OP मैं अरे मैं ही हूँ, बैठो. पगला गई बे मेरे को देख के. हाँ?
चलो अन्ना, बिंग्स बाय.
जा रहे हैं क्या?
जाता हूँ मैं.
बाय.
यस अन्ना, गुड नाइट करने है, सुबह जिम.
मेरे को भी जिम जाना है रे.
गुड नाइट कर दो अन्ना, बेस्ट बॉडी बनाने का.
एग्जैक्टली. बिंग्स मैं भी जाता हूँ रे.
ठीक है ना, ओके, गुड नाइट,
बाय 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 बाय।
कल मिलते हैं। अरे कल है क्या मैचेस?
कल है ना लोअर
अभी
ब्रैकेट,
हर दिन
24
है,
तक है
24
पूरा।
तक।
20 संडे तक फुल वॉच पार्टी।
अच्छा डन डन डन, कल करते हैं।
कल करते हैं।
ओके बाय बाय।
ओके बाय बाय बिंग्स भाई, कल उसके बाद 5 मैन करते हैं।
चलो रे, नींद आ रहा है, मैं भी जाके सोता हूँ। एंजॉय कर लो, सैंडल जीतेगा, इजी। कल मिलते हैं वॉच पार्टी में। ओके, गुड नाइट, टेक केयर, बाय बाय, सी यू ऑल, टाटा।